everyone! How are we all doing tonight? Hello, one. Hello, all. Guys, it's the week of my birthday. Well, first of all, before I get into that, I should probably thank the people who are already here. Hello, Nintendo Vaults, and hello, Daniel Barry Sports Highlights. Right, now I can get to my spiel. So, it is the week of my birthday! Yay! I'm still the baby, aren't I? I'm 27, and I am still perpetually baby in chat. But I am very slightly less baby. One of these days, I'm turning this down a little bit on my end. One of these days, I will catch up to my audience and become, well, no, because I would have to get a whole new audience. I don't want that. You know what I do want, though? Electronic games and electronic gaming. No, wrong thing. Right thing. Here we go. Alright, so what we've got tonight. Oh, I should have checked to make sure I had Ava. It's gonna take me forever to find that again. Or, I'm sorry, no, Anna. Right, that's what I wanted. And it's already selected. Hooray! So, this is Electronic Gaming Monthly, issue 112. Why this one? Well, I usually don't have a reason for it. I usually just take it at random. But today I do have a reason. Because it came out, or rather it is the news of November 1998. The month and year that I was born. So, we are going to see what was big in November 1998. Before we do that, though, as always, let's take a look at what gaming looked like. As this very existential rendition of was this Shadowgate or Deja Vu? I think it was Shadowgate. Plays. So, November 1998. I think the Dreamcast did come out in Japan. But it would not come out in America until next year. And, I think in Europe it came out even later than that. But it did not come out in America until, well, 9/9/99. But I believe it was out in Japan by this point. Meanwhile, though, the two big things were Nintendo 64 and Sony PlayStation. Nintendo 64... doing pretty well, doing some pretty impressive 3D stuff. Obviously, Mario 64, huge industry-pushing game. I've said before, I find it a little bit jank, but facts remain. It was a very impressive game for its time and really pushed the industry forward. And really, like, I think by this point, it was kind of starting to become evident that the Nintendo 64 and the Sony PlayStation both sort of had their own individual strengths. Nintendo 64 was really kind of a system for party games, and reason for that being, it was not the first console with 4 controller ports, but the first one that actually worked properly. I'm looking at you, 5200. But, yeah, it had 4 controller ports on the front, and this was really good for, like, racing games, party games. Mario Party, I don't think, was out by this point, but when it did come out, N64 was kind of the perfect console for it, with the 4 controller ports. PlayStation, you could plug in 4 controllers into it if you bought a multi-tap, but, you know, that's a separate purchase. Nintendo 64 did it, and it was a lot cleaner. Weirdly enough, they didn't even add 4 controller ports into the PlayStation 2, but that's a whole other story. I don't know why they didn't do that. But, hell, even, I think, like, modern PlayStation consoles, they only have, like, 2 some USB ports. They only let you charge. Actually, I think the PS4 Slim that I have only has 1 on the front. So, we've actually regressed a little bit since these days. But, yeah, the N64, very good party machine. Problem, though, it had cartridges. So, a lot of the bigger, grander games were coming out on PlayStation. Games like Final Fantasy VII. Actually, I think by this point, Final Fantasy VIII might have been out. You know, all of the really big RPGs. Not just, like, 3D RPGs, but a bunch of really good 2D RPGs as well. One of which I'm playing now, Lunar. Yeah, it was originally released on... Actually, I think it was originally released on the PC 98 or 88, something like that. Very famously ported and localized to the Sega CD. And... yeah, it was, you know, the PlayStation was really good. Not only did it have discs, but, which discs could hold a lot more than the N64 cartridges, but it was also really easy to swap them. You couldn't really hot swap, game cartridges. So, even if a game exceeded 750 megabytes, which many of the bigger ones did, like Final Fantasy, Lunar, Metal Gear Solid, even Gran Turismo had, like, multiple discs and stuff like that, you could just swap them and continue on. So you could theoretically kind of just have infinite discs. There were some games like... well, Final Fantasy IV, I think, had like 4 discs. Or, Final Fantasy IX, rather, I think had like 4 discs. There were some that had like 5 or 6. There was like... I mean, there was that Lightspan thing that had like 100 CDs that came in one pack that cost like $2,000 because fuck the American education system, but... you know, you have things like that. So, I think that's enough. There's also arcade games. Marvel vs. Capcom, I think, would have been out by this point. There were a couple of arcades that were out by this stage. So, let's go. So, that should be good enough, I think, for now. So, before we begin, hello Arus218, it is issuing well. And Karumian Good Gamer. Ghostbuster, Winston, Genesis, back from... Wait. Oh, they hacked Winston into Ghostbusters? That's awesome. They hacked him back into Ghostbusters for Genesis. I wonder why, like, most of the... Was it because Ernie Hudson just didn't give his likeness for these video games, or were they actually just fucking racist? I don't know. But man, this is 1998. Genesis? Pfft, that's some old shit right there. 16 bits? Fuck that. We got 64 bits. We got the Dreamcast, which claims to be 128 bits. I mean, if this trend continues, by like 2025, we're gonna get to fucking... I don't even know, like 2,000 bits? We're gonna be able to like land our consoles on the moon. With the consoles, with other consoles. It's gonna be something fierce. Anyway. How many pages is this? I never actually looked. Oh, okay, this is definitely gonna take me multiple streams. Anyway. So, November 1998. I don't even know... Is this Sonic, I guess? Oh, they're probably advertising the Dreamcast. Oh, yeah, Sonic Adventure. That's what it is. Yes. Flying Dragon! Scene entering USA. Flying Dragon. I don't even think I know what that game is. By the way... Entering USA airspace. Okay. 5 trillion bits. We're gonna be rolling into bits. It's definitely not gonna stop at 64. Man, this is like right around the time. Just look at these. Look at this artwork. This is like by this point they knew what the fuck they were doing. Is that Castlevania? No. Oh, I love this song. Tales in the Scrappy Doos of Game... What? Tales is the Scrappy Doo of gaming. Okay, I want to read this. Are they saying he was really annoying? I mean... No more annoying than anyone else in Sonic. Hello, Real Gabrielle. No more lollies. Not this time.
It's nice to see an old friend back
Oh,
on the cover
never
of
mind.
LDM,
Here's Lolly. Also, thank you for happy birthday.
On a number of occasions in recent months, he has actually been on the cover of this particular magazine more times than any other single character. He was clearly very popular in the past, but we were a little concerned that despite all of his newfound flashiness and new urban look, no one cared.
Here's your
anymore.
Lolly
He
representation.
may have enormous hands and a funny-looking posture now, but does anyone actually care? We decided to throw it out to you lot and find out. After all, after the proper Sonic games back in the good old days, there have been an awful lot of crappy ones. Sonic R anyone? Sonic Jam.
Even back then, they
Sonic
knew
this.
Sonic R was a turd.
Sonic that. Sonic, no thank you, we hate you now. There are an awful lot of reasons to argue that the little guy is no longer the slick numero uno that he used to be. From the results we got back, which you'll see in our feature, the good looks of Sonic Adventure seem to be single-handedly raising the profile of Dreamcast. Until about a month ago, everyone seemed to be adopting a wait-and-see attitude to the system, despite being awfully impressed by the specs. Sega would appear to have found its killer app, which is a nauseating expression adopted by far more pretentious magazines than this, so I'll refrain from using it again. Yet, Sonic is the game everyone seems to be turned on by. You don't even appear to be turned off by the fact that Miles, Tails, Prower is back either.
Thanks for all the happy birthday wishes, everyone.
Disgustingly cute, stupid-looking fluffy twin tails, corny name, big soppy eyes, yuck. He's the Scrappy Doo of the game's world, isn't he? No one asked for him, no one likes him, yet he turned up anyway, and now we're stuck with him.
Dude, Tails is better than Sonic.
I still think Sonic Adventure is going to be the one, and so do we. Disgustingly cute, stupid-looking fluffy twin tails, corny name,
Fuck
big
you.
soppy eyes, yuck.
Dude, Tails can fly. He's better than Sonic. Sonic didn't even have a homing attack back then.
Some rumors we've been picking
I think he might have
up,
by Sonic Adventure, but I'm not sure.
That even Q-Man didn't get a chance to write about it. We also know that the Dreamcast isn't going to be a one-trick pony. The system launch lineup will apparently include Virtua Fighter 3 with lots of extra bits and Sega Rally 2, which will be a special Dream version with lots of extras and visuals that match the Model 3 arcade machine.
Yeah, he's better than Sonic. He can fly.
This, we can also look
he's better than
forward
Knuckles.
to
All Knuckles can do is glide.
Game, which may or may
In
not
reality,
end
I
up
think
as an
Tails,
arcade
by
machine
like
later.
Sonic
And
3, had
get
kind of
this,
just turned into the easy
Virtua
mode.
Fighter RPG. This last one is really ultra secret, but the word on the street is that the city scene shown in really early Dreamcast
Could he fly in
demos,
Sonic Adventure?
of
I don't
which
even
there have
know.
been a few screens released, is actually one
I
of
don't
the
know.
towns from
I kind of dread to
VFRPG.
think how that would even
Don't know
control.
about you, but I'm getting more and more excited about this system every day. What a shame we still have to wait nearly a year.
Sonic should have stayed an RPG inspired by Dragon Ball Z. Yes! I'm genuinely surprised Sega has not done a Sonic RPG yet. Unless, is that what Sonic Chronicles is? Is Sonic Chronicles, like on DS, just like an RPG, just a really bad one?
Magic on the blacktop. Magic on the blacktop. Magic on the blacktop. Work that ball. Magic
On the blacktop. Magic on the blacktop.
Magic on the blacktop.
But yeah, no. That's my... I guess that's my... We want Knuckles. I mean, like, okay, look. Tails is the easy mode. Knuckles is the intermediate mode. Sonic is the classic kind of hard mode. I mean, harder than... And that's the thing, too, is, like... It's not even like Sonic is any faster than Tails or Knuckles, at least in the games. Like, they... As far as I know, they're pretty much the same speed.
Magic on the blacktop.
I mean, I think he might be a... Well, I think he might be a little bit faster in Sonic 2, because, I mean, like, Tails is always right behind him.
Magic on the blacktop. Magic on the blacktop. Magic on the blacktop. Magic on the blacktop. Work that ball.
Magic on the blacktop. Work that ball. There were fan games that were really crazy. Sony could go supersonic using a sword. Oh, there were fan games, I guess. Yeah, there were... I'm sure there were, like, Sonic fan games and shit in, like, RPG Maker or something.
finest on the court and everybody knows. Magic on the blacktop.
I'm pretty much going to kind of... What the actual fuck is this?
Magic on the blacktop. Work that ball. Magic on the blacktop.
What the fuck King Crimson album cover is this?
Magic on the blacktop. Magic on the blacktop. Work
Get
that
in
ball.
or get out. That's what this is supposed to be for the N64? Okay. Pfft. Well, shit, get in or get out. I buy the N64 if you want. I'm mostly gonna like skip over the ads because I mean this is like almost 300 pages now.
Magic on the blacktop. Magic on the blacktop. Work that ball. Magic on the blacktop. Magic on the blacktop. Magic on the blacktop.
Harumi wants to
Magic on the blacktop. Work
challenge me to rap jam on SNES. Great idea. Eat my ass.
basketball. If you wanna join in, you gotta answer the call. Call short basket, don't make no difference at all. Cause when the whistle blows, it's just a free ball. Baby, better stop it, getting ready to burn. Take a 3-point shot, make everybody's head turn. That's just the way it goes. Yeah,
Screw Rent! Fuck yeah, I agree.
Magic on the blacktop. Magic on the blacktop. Magic on the blacktop. Magic on the blacktop. Work
Buy your own coin operate.
Magic on the blacktop.
Buy your own coin op instead. Fuck yeah. You know what? Fuck Rent.
Magic on the
I agree.
blacktop. Work that ball.
Alright, who's gonna buy me a coin op arcade? It's my birthday. You owe me this. I'm just kind of like looking to see. This is Taifu. I have this game. I could play it. Maybe later.
Magic on the blacktop.
By the way, I should mention, N64 games I have on my system. PlayStation 1 games, more than likely,
Magic on the blacktop.
if I don't have them, which more than likely I won't,
On the blacktop.
unless it's like something really popular maybe. But more than likely, if I don't have them, and if I'm interested, next week, because I won't be doing Grand Prix on Saturday, this Saturday, next week I will take a look at some of them on Ramparee. I'll keep a list. Yeah, Rent sucks. Fuck Rent. Buy a coin op. You should no, what you should do is you need to get your landlord and just be like, okay, I will give you the rent if you can get to level 256 in Pac-Man. What is this? Y'all ready for this?
H went 92 yards, broke 2 tackles, juked 1 corner and blew-eyed the numbers OFF the free safety. Come on, let the guy dance. Football doesn't get any more real for HN than NFL Game Day 99. This year, And we've given NFL Game Day 99
This is-
a fog stadium full of new
It can't
features,
get any more
like
real if you were
P5,
playing
all new
football
graphics,
yourself.
Gameplay, brilliant sportscasting by Dick BPM as Enberg and Phil Simms, and 2 authentic football intelligence. A 3 new innovation which has players thinking and reacting just like they 4 do in the pros. NFL Game Day 99 by 989 Sports. Take a few snaps and you'll see why it's the best-selling HOA football game around.
Alright, buy NFL Game Day 99. Go get him, landlordy. Yeah. I mean, look. If I'm gonna give you my money for the month, I gotta make sure you're worthy of it. If you can't get to the kill screen on Pac-Man, I mean, why would I give you anything? Alright, here are some EGM letters. The letters of my birth.
Do-it-yourselfers, well, despite being not much of a wrestling fan, just played the PS version of WWF Warzone, and it has to be one of the most innovative, enjoyable games I've played in recent months. Why? Great graphics? They're good, but nothing to shout about. Superb gameplay? Once again, good but a bit sluggish and repetitive. No. What made the game
Yeah, I'm not gonna
enjoyable
give
for
my money
hours
to
on
just
end
some
was not
noob
its
who can
gameplay,
only,
but
like...
one tiny little feature
Oh,
that was
maybe you
so
got, like, the
grossly
first cutscene in
understated on the
Pac-Man. Oh,
game's
big deal.
advertising, the custom
You want
character
fucking
builder.
$1,200 a month?
Never
Kiss my
before has
ass.
a game option so made me want to shout. It's about $N% $ING time. After reading the review crew's comments
Nintendo
about
like
both
$1,200 a
versions of
month. I
Warzone,
live in New
which
York.
the
It's
custom
$1,200
feature
a
was
day, bitch.
repeatedly put forth as the best aspect, it makes me wonder why Tekken 4 or Mortal Kombat 5, if and when they come out, will still very likely not contain any
$1,200 a
such
fucking
feature.
minute.
After all, now that we've seen it done so well in Warzone, there is no excuse for developers not to start putting this kind of thing in their games. Many years ago, in those primitive days of the SNES, saw a preview of a Japanese game which allowed you to design the title screen.
Man, last time I
stats,
looked at
weapons,
EGM,
and even music
SNES
to
was
make
cutting
your very
edge.
own overhead shooter.
This is how we started the decade. That was how we started the decade. This is how we end the decade, pretty much. Like, last magazine I looked at from EGM was, I think it was 92 or 93. This is, well, 98. So...
RESSRESLP Searing, cool, thought. When does it come to North America? The answer was not long in coming, never. Then, only a few months ago in EGM issue number 108, saw the screenshots for ASCII's Fighter and RPG Makers. Once again, thought that
Oh, they
were
put
a dream
RPG
come
Maker
true,
on
but
PS1?
somehow knew that neither one would ever see the light
I guess
of
it is
day
a
in the
really
West.
user-friendly
Sure enough,
program
issue
if you could just
number
put it on a
110 had
console.
the
I
bad, but
assumed
not
it was like Game
unexpected
Maker,
news.
where you kind of
The
had to do
makers
like some
were
coding
canned.
and shit in the back end.
How did know this was going to happen? Because even though level builders and custom character makers rate very high on the, well, meter, game companies seem far more interested in simply feeding us the same unoriginal, recycled crap. Cartoon art gibberish like Blasto, tired cop games 3 like Crime Killer, and monotonous Twitch games like One or Forsaken. So imagine for a second a fighting game where instead of 2
I never
or
even
3
heard of
hidden
Forsaken.
fighters,
I know what
you
one
made
is.
as
One
many
is
hidden fighters as you
alright.
wanted, Or even better, a GoldenEye 007E level/weapon/enemy designer with AS user-friendly interface. Because if the designers are running out of ideas, and these days, it seems that they are but for a few exceptions, then maybe it's time to let gamers exercise a little more creative
the
control.
90s was like the most
Joe
creative
Mossman, Harvey
time
Rockville,
in
entering
video
Canada.
games ever. Like, at what other point could Parappa the Rapper have existed?
Your very own overhead shooter. EEB 309% 9 IO degree 10 Co.
I don't know what the hell.
Your very own overhead shooter.
Why is it not reading this?
We were also devastated when W heard the Maker games were
There we go.
cancelled. It's worse than discover Santa Claus isn't real. Whoops. Didn't mean to let that cat out of tea bag. Hope Sushi doesn't read this.
Wait, now I'm gonna redo that.
Tian. SNCCS
Yeah, the world is so much
Navy were also
worse off without
devastated when
Parappa the
we heard
Rapper.
The Maker games were cancelled.
No,
It's
like
worse
the
than
90s were the
discovering
most.
Santa
It's
Claus
interesting.
isn't
Like the
real.
90s, I feel were like
Whoops.
the most creative
Didn't
time
mean
in
to
video
let that
games,
cat out of the
and
bag.
especially the
Hope
PS1
Sushi
era.
doesn't read this. It's too bad we
And,
won't
like-
see too many
And
create
yet,
your own
like,
games in the United
even back
States.
then, there were people
like
just
Askey's
being
latest project,
like saying the same shit I'm
Simulation
saying right
RPG
now,
School,
just like creative
FF
bankruptcy.
Tactics type
That's
game
always
maker.
just kind of been
You're right.
a
It
criticism.
is easier
as
for
my-
developers to feed us the same unoriginal, recycled crap. It's also easier for US companies not to translate those creative game types, since they tend to be of a more complicated breed of game, the latest victim.
Oh, are they saying like this is like a problem exclusive to US companies? Well, where did Parappa the Rapper come from? It was what, Rodney Greenblatt, I think was the guy. Rodney Greenblatt, not a Japanese name. Not saying, just saying. Greenblatt's son.
Rival schools for the PS. In order to release the game in time for the profitable Christmas shopping season, Capcom of America opted at the last moment to not include the Creative Fighter mode that's in the Japanese PS version. Instead, they'll include 24 pre-edited, non-customizable characters. On a positive note, more companies are letting gamers express their creativity, like Konami letting us create a fighter.
He was
in
from
Deadly
Queens?
Arts.
Yeah, that sounds
So
about
if you're
right.
lucky, you'll never experience it. Or EA
I can believe
letting us
that.
make our own
You ever
boxes
see
and not have
Ronnie
things and
Greenblatt's
tracks
like
and Moto
PC
Racer
games that he made before
Let's hope this trend grows and
Parappa the Rapper? They are just weird. I gotta show you the one song. He's sucking like a bunny. In that one game, that was fucking weird.
Paid to play. I have owned a PlayStation since September 30th, 1995. Now, Sony is selling a DualShock system for $129.95. Feel that this is a great deal for people who do not own a PS. Customers like myself, however, may feel mistreated. My mom paid $400 for my PlayStation in 1995, and now new owners are paying just $129.95 for a
They
PlayStation,
fucking
DualShock
mega
controller,
sailed
and
the
a sound
PS,
scope.
didn't they?
It's
Shit.
really unfair if you think about it.
$129.
Shouldn't
There
we
are
longtime
video games I think that
PlayStation
cost
owners
more
get
than that
something in
now.
return? We're the
Yeah,
ones who helped make the
129. That
system a
probably
success.
costs more now, but
Dexter Lee, Jacksonville, Florida. You already had something in return. You've been playing PlayStation games on your own system for the past 3 years now. Here's a friendly piece of advice. If you buy new technology right away, whether it'd be a DVD player, HD TV, or video game system,
HD
you're more
TV.
than
Oh
likely
yeah,
paying the
HD
highest
didn't actually
price
mean
that item
HD
will
back
ever
in the
have.
90s.
But you'll also get to use that item right away, rather than later when the technology grows cheaper
No,
and older.
that's always the
You
curse,
could've
the
waited for
early
a less
adopter curse,
expensive
isn't it?
PlayStation. But every year you're waiting is a year you're not playing. Just remember that when Dreamcast or PlayStation 2 comes out, you can pay a lot to play it right away, or you can wait for a better deal 2 to 3 years down the road.
I remember, like, towards the
real
end of the
review crew, my
PS2's
brother
life, you
claims
could get a
the pictures
PS2
next to the
Slim
review
for like
crew members aren't
$40.
really what you.
I remember when the PS2 Slim was like during like the Wii and PS3 lifespan, you could get like a PS2 Slim for like $40, brand new. Used, it was probably even less. In fact, honestly, I think at this point, in fact, even today, I don't think PS2s are really worth all that much, are they? They're like... They've definitely gone up in price, but like, still, I think you can get a PS2 Slim on eBay for like $100. Maybe they'll throw in like some shitty shovelware, like, I don't know, Incredibles video game or something. Hello, LCX. Thank you for the happy birthday wishes. And hello, Cerulean. And Orc War Chief reviews. Everybody turning up for my B-Day. You're doing an extra stream, Orc? You're literally gonna enter with that? You're not even gonna say hi, just be like, I'm gonna fucking advertise in his chat. Okay, fuck you then. You had this issue at one point? Yeah, well, I mean, that's... Yeah, like, a PS1 is like... Yeah, like $129, that's gotta be like $300-400, which is honestly still cheaper than, I think, literally every console these days, but still. You were going to wish me a happy birthday, but you wanted to wait? Okay, thank you. Yeah, I mean... No, that's always the early adopter's curse. I mean, like... You know... Like, PS3 was... Well, $599 US, and then, by the end, it was like 200 or something. That always happens.
EGM Letters 1920 Highland Avenue, number 222 Lombard, Illinois 60148.
Oh, it's just the
Email,
address. Okay. Devil Dice. Oh, I want to learn how to play Devil Dice, because I don't remember how you do that. Also, wait, is Devil Dice the same as No One Can Stop Mr. Domino, or was that a different game? I forget. No one... I forget what, devilishly addictive. Forget if no one can stop Mr. Domino and Devil Dice in the same game. They are different games? Okay, then I forget how you play Devil Dice. I have it on my Steam Deck. Maybe I should play it. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna see if I've never actually tried to play Devil Dice. It's probably really easy to play. I've just never played it. I'd rather be playing Chocobo Dungeon too, but now, Devil Dice. I know it's a puzzle game, I just don't remember. I know no one can stop... I don't think... No one can stop Mr. Domino. Was that the European name or the name that we got? Because I know it got a different name depending on the region. Wait. Is the game capturing properly? I should check. Yes, it is. Let's see if this is indeed devilishly addictive. The load times are sure devilish. Oh, the Japanese title is Do Not Stop Mr. Domino-kun. Great. Trial, battle... Trial is probably what I should start with. Probably endless, maybe? That's probably, like, the way to figure out how to play it. I beg your pardon? Oh, is that what I'm... Okay. Oh, I think I know what game this is. Man, this would be... okay, and then... So you want me to do what now? Do they all have to be the same, maybe? My brain might be too small for this game. Is there a tutorial somewhere? Battle, wars, puzzle. Exhibition, maybe? Is that what I want? Oh. Okay, yeah, so I do have to have, like... I think I understand now. So you have to get like a certain amount in a row. It just takes a while. Oh, suddenly Sokoban. I see. I might have to figure out how to play this on my own time. This is a game that was like on my list a while ago, and I was never able to figure it out, and it turns out I still kind of can't. Anyway. It's devilishly confusing. Here's some more letters.
EGM 1958 BR look like. He says the actual crew is probably a bunch of fat guys with kegs of beer. He then tells me the fake pictures are there to appeal TW to the readers and make your reviews more convincing. Though the beer part is most likely true, refuse to believe those aren't your real faces, except for SushiX. TP Nagium is Riverside, California IO. Come on. If we were going to use fake PE photographs, we would have picked better, in-looking people. OTG, it's all in the bra. Senior, has there been any job openings since you last played Decapitado? Never mind. Wanted to know, why does every guy I talk to like Tifa over Ares? Ares is so much prettier. Given, she's not the best DR fighter, but her magic skills make up for
I can think of two reasons. I can think of two reasons why guys like Tifa over Ares.
Bet if Ares were wearing a DR microscopic miniskirt and sports bra like Al Tifa, they'd think twice. Pigs. GI Rachel Spangle, we Pasadena, Maryland. THWR. Well, a lot of men think Tifa's hotter for a couple of obvious reasons.
Two
We
obvious
can't
reasons.
help it. Men are pigs. Maybe if we had some female influencers around our offices. See, I'm hotter than you.
Damn!
So you think about that? YAHG, Problems with the Oid Lady WRL. I am a new
Oh yeah,
GM
this was like right around the
subscriber
time
to
when just
RePS
EGM was
magazine.
overrun by lags.
Just FOE, received my first PE reissue, and read it cover to cover that same evening. T1 problem. My wife too and we're going over your reviews, when suddenly, for she sucker punched me with a Sue IQ question. Why are there no AR women reviewers? Oh crap. 1 minute, we're going over games that we're avoiding buying, thanks to your reviews. The next my
And
eyes
her
sort of
name was
gloss
Anita
over.
Sarkeesian. You don't remember this letter set? I mean, this letter section has been, like, in all of the magazines that I've covered of EGM. I think it's just, like, most people didn't read them. They just wanted people to feel like they belonged, so... They wanted people to feel like their opinion mattered, or something. I don't know. Oh, this particular letter section. You had this issue.
Ably, and I'm stuttering nonsense trying to change in, he the subject. Oh look honey, Diablo has appeal 2-player mode.
Send it to me. I want the EGM issue that came out the month
This is an
of
old
my
letter
birth.
we've kept around.
Give it to me for free. I deserve
That's
it.
why Mr. Turner's talking about Diablo.
I'm sure fucking EGM mags
in.
cost like $300.
What do they hope think? Women only play Virtual Barbie or Go Naggy Ms. Pac-Man. Sui, CA being a new reader, don't know what SC your staff lineup consists of. Do you rotate people? Please, put one of your regular guys in drag and call him Susan from now on. Otherwise,
this is
I'll
one
be
of
in hell
them that
every
your
time a
parents
new
swipe to
Luigi
read for themselves
arrives.
random. I think this is the buying an
Yeah, help
arcade
me.
machine issue. That's what it says on the
She's twisting
front.
my ear demanding the sequel to GoldenEye. AWOG. T. Tim Turner all our late
We would have to wait a
California
very long
lead guy
time
Jay
before we got a
Funny, you
sequel to
should mention
GoldenEye.
dressing up in TR drag.
And even then, it was
Dean
kind of
Hager. Never
not
mind.
exactly. Well, I guess
Anyway,
World's Not
hardly
Enough
any
you could
women have
argue as a
applied
sequel.
to
Well,
work
actually,
at
no, Perfect
EGM
Dark was a
as an
sequel to
editor.
GoldenEye, kind
Our
of.
fat,
It was basically just
TH-struggling
GoldenEye, but
pig
without the
attitudes
licensing.
have probably scared a lot of you away. But if you think you can give EGM the feminine touch it needs, and re-angle we're done with the drag subject now, by Phil 3, MD the way, send your resume, cover letter and AR writing samples, previews and reviews, to TH or Electronic Gaming Monthly LP. Attention, John Davison Mail 1920 Highland Avenue, Suite number 222 Lombard, Illinois 60148. We're not saying we're hiring, we're just saying you can always send in your goods.
More like a spiritual successor than a
employment
sequel. I
considerations.
mean, I don't know, would
Who knows,
World's
that
Not
day
Enough
when
count as a
stock will open
sequel?
up
It wasn't
under
by
the
the same people.
Rig Lady, we need 2 and 3. I'm starting a petition to get Sega to
I mean, there was that
release
GoldenEye
the
game on
other
the
2
Wii that was
scenarios
more
of
just
Shining
like kind of a
Full Sail.
soft reboot.
Please post this letter so interested ARST people
What would you
can
call
email
a
me
sequel
at
to GoldenEye? Just like
sci@gateway.net
GoldenEye
with
008
that
or something?
Kiwi trick of the century
No, I guess it would just be
equals
World
I
Not
have a
Enough,
trick
because that was
for
the movie that came out
WCW
right after
versus
GoldenEye.
NWO World Tour THNLY for the Nintendo 64. If you're in a pin or of at the submission hold, push the control stick in any direction to get out of it. Zipa, Veery Dunbar, Pennsylvania D. Erie AR5 to there.
Hey,
you go,
Pennsylvania
folks.
represent!
The world's best trip. BT.
People count Shredder's Revenge as a sequel to the Konami Turtles beat 'em up. Possible in that case. Yeah, I mean... Right, but, like, Shredder's Revenge was at least, you know, it was at least endorsed by Konami. to what degree Konami had development or any sort of creative control, I'm not 100% sure, but... Like, that's what I'm saying is, like, World's Not Enough was that EA and Eurocom, I think, were behind actually, I think mostly just Eurocom was behind World's Not Enough. I think EA just published it. But, yeah, Rare wasn't behind... I don't think Rare was behind any other 007 games. That's why I would say, like, Perfect Dark was kind of like the spiritual sequel. The closest thing we actually got to a sequel of GoldenEye. It wasn't made by Konami or published by... I thought it was published by Konami. Yeah, GoldenEye definitely had the blueprints for further 007 first-person games. Yeah, that's true. Like, well, like, yeah, like, regardless of, like, whether we got an actual sequel to the rare GoldenEye 007 game, like, we definitely got a lot of James Bond games in that style. World's Not Enough was in that style. What was the other one? There was another GoldenEye game on PS2, I think, and that was published by EA. There was also one on, like, DS, I want to say. There were a couple 007 first-person shooters. From Russia with Love is, like, my favorite Bond game. Not a first-person shooter, third-person shooter, but it's my favorite. I might even like it a little bit more than GoldenEye. Tell you what, though, GoldenEye, one of the best multiplayer games even today. Like, bust out an original N64, get, like, you know, at least 2 controllers, pick one of the maps, there you go. Fucking, you're set. You're set. Well, no, you gotta get, like, ideally you get, like, some pizza or wings or something like that, but, like, you can do all that. You are set. You are set for a good night, my friend. Ed. Yes. What the fuck is this? Is this... I think this might be more. I think this might be more letters.
Chupatat, Yibabib, WW equals, war I'll all think now. Dreamcast is it? In the hot seat, what's the deal with Bash and Rush, the band?
Oh,
in
shit!
October issue, you have them listed in the Not column of Hot and Not at EGM, in Sushi X files. Who is the weak-minded fool that decided the world's greatest band was not good enough to be hot?
Jesus!
Know a lot of people who would be
Did Dyer write
outraged to
this?
hear about EGM's trashing of the trio from Canada. John Huff,
Well, you
Kansas
just answered
City,
your own
Missouri,
question. They're
picture
Canadian.
this. Sean Smith's
That's the
desk
ultimate
is
Cardinal
next to
sin.
arcade editor Mark Hayne's desk. Mark Hayne really likes Rush. Mark Hayne plays his Rush CD every day, and we mean every day. Mark Hayne leaves Rush CD playing at his desk, even when he's not there. Rush CD continues to play all day. Sean Smith gets very irritated after months of this. Sean Smith gets sick of Rush. Sean Smith puts his feelings in writing.
How do you get sick of Rush, though?
Don't
That's not
forget,
possible.
Sean writes the Sushi X files, not Sushi X.
No. My dad
finally
listens to a lot of
cracked the
Rush.
code
I think
why
I've
some
kind
people
of
think
been
you
burnt
guys
out a
are
little bit of
biased.
Rush as well, though.
They are
is the
so
thing.
used to hearing the company lines from other magazines that when they read a real review, they think it's biased. n_drinkwater@email.msn.com.
But no, Rush is great. EGM is just wrong.
John Nur, Kansas City, Missouri. Picture this. Sean Smith's desk is next to arcade editor Mark Haynes' desk. Mark Hayne really likes Rush.
Oh.
Mark Hayne plays his Rush CD every...
Oh, okay. Yeah,
98 STNTTT rising to the occasion. ST, is it just me, or does everybody get a mail Woody when they receive a new issue of EGM in the mail? Why? nsapson64@aol.com VIEAR. Rachel Spangle of Pasadena, MagMD, want to answer this guy's question? EGMO Prof, the new and improved £6 million. That why don't you just change Electronic 4 Gaming Monthly to Erotic Gaming Monthly List and just review porno games?
Fuck yeah!
Sungoku@earthlink.net. Sapson64.
That's a good idea. They probably would have survived if they did that.
A small request. Al was wondering if it were at all possible to get a complete list of all
You know what? That's how you reboot EGM for the
and
modern
future.
generation. Turn it into Erotic Game Monthly.
Their dog availability and present going prices. Type E. Rob Gallagher, the Smithfield, Rhode Island lose.
That's how you reboot it for the modern generation. I wonder if that's what EGM2 was.
Sure. Just wait by your mailbox. We'll mail that out to you right away. We've only human, aren't you guys supposed to a top-notch magazine? Mean every time get a new EGM, there's always an OOPS section in EGM letters. No offense, but aren't you guys professional journalists? Bet you $10 that the OOPS section will be in the mag for 4 more issues. No, people can make mistakes, but come on. Emberlyn Stark Grimtooth at USA.net, which brings us to 0 horsepower. Last month, we incorrectly listed Naughty Dog as Spyro the Dragon's developer. Insomniac is making the game.
Oh, I actually thought it was Naughty Dog as well.
Unfortunately, our fingers slipped while typing. We'd like to make a big apology to the folks at Insomniac. We hope they don't lose too much sleep over our mistake.
I thought Naughty Dog was the developers. Maybe they published it or something. But I thought Naughty Dog... Well... Naughty Dog must have had something to do with it, because there's been, like, a couple of Crash and Spyro crossover games over the years. Answer, they're probably all they're probably all owned by the same holding company nowadays, but... It's why you started playing RPGs in the first place. What? Is this... I don't know. That seems like it's only like half of an ad. I don't entirely get that. Ask Sushi. I guess Sushi is one of the writers for EGM.
You were my love.
Saint NTV and my friend has Grand Theft Auto and it rules.
But yeah.
Something has been puzzling us. On the back of the case, it says 1 or 2 players, but there is no 2-player option in the game. Is there a code to play 2 players?
Was there a 2-player
Or is
option?
it just a misprint? Johnny Sullivan Bing 311 at webtv.net RA, it's a misprint. The second run of GTA P correctly states that it's a 1-player game.
Oh!
/air PPA site, EO7 and NNNSRNR ENIR REIS YRRL inner ISOD 1 A's actor Wi-Fi 1 inch Lee SRRJ RE INGFHK
No,
FAGI
it's having
equals
an
1
aneurysm.
HTT. Despite what the back of the box says, Grand Theft Auto is a 1-player game. Betcha someone at Take-Two Interactive caught hell for that one. I've been a die-hard fighting game fan, and just recently became interested in RPGs.
Okay.
I've played and beaten Final Fantasy VII several times.
Same here.
And now need a new game
once.
to keep me busy until the release of FFVII. G was wondering
Okay,
if
I
you
guess
had
FF8
any good
wasn't out by this
suggestions for RPGs with a good storyline W and a similar combat style. Please don't say be Final Fantasy Tactics. Suck at the battle Y sequences. Please help me. KX Arctic Blaze 6 New Market.
Is there a fighting
Alabama.
game? Well, there's a couple
if you
fighting
like
game
those cinematic
RPGs.
archetypes, you might like Parasite Eve, though it has as much in common with Resident Evil Street as Final Fantasy. You should check out Wild of Arms as well. It's not as pretty as FFVI, but it's a more traditional RPG. And if you have a Saturn, you gotta get your hands on Panzer Dragoon Saga. Panzer Saga's combat
Panzer
TT
Dragoon
system
Saga is
rules.
probably the best recommendation for what they want.
There are plenty of Lift RPGs
Urgeist.
on their way to keep you busy
Good point.
until the big 8 rolls around. S. Centoy.
I want my Intellivision. I want my
That's true. This guy probably would like Urgeist. This person.
Intellivision. I want my
Wait, no. Urgeist. Wait.
I want my
Was Urgeist?
Intellivision.
Yeah, no. Well, no. Urgeist was a wrestling game, wasn't it? I think it was. But still, yeah.
Intellivision.
Parasite Eve. Is Parasite Eve an action RPG? I've actually never played Parasite Eve. I've been wanting to for a while, but yeah, I guess it's sort of like a cross between like Final Fantasy VII and Resident Evil is sort of what I have come to understand. I might be wrong about that. They're saying it's not really much like Resident Evil though, so...
I miss the touch of your keypad, the curve of your disc, firing your missiles, launching your ships,
Urgeist is not a wrestling game? What am I thinking of then?
battling robots.
I thought it was the wrestling game with Final Fantasy VII characters.
I've been wondering. Since Dennis
I want
Rodman
my
has been
television.
popping up in the WCW and NWO
Again.
world here and there, will he be a playable character in
I missed the
WCW
touch of your keyboard, exactly.
NWO Revenge? Will Sellers Arcadia, California,
My mother
since
sold
the
mine
worm
growing
is
It's sort of like Resident Evil, but battles are turn-based with movement. Okay.
He's simply a guest.
Well, the
He won't
Tales
be
games are kind of
appearing
like
in
a
the game.
good in-between, like,
GHQ
action
will
and
have to license
turn-based.
Rodman out separately for any
Also, the
video
Mana
game
games.
appearances. Bought Microsoft Flight Simulator 98 for my computer. The game is awesome, but have one problem.
I'm
How to
thinking of
find out
Urgeist, and
what
the
all
first
gauges
stage
are for.
usually starts in a
The game
wrestling
tells
ring.
me to
That's
do
what I
this
was
and
thinking
that,
of, okay.
But have to guess because don't know what all the gauges are for. Any help would be nice.
But it plays like a fighting game,
Storm1271
presumably.
at AOL.com. You really don't read EGM, do you? I just got the October issue and read the Rival Schools preview. It mentioned that the game was coming out with the second disc, but read on the internet that Rival Schools was coming out without the second disc
Legend of Mana
because it
wasn't
was
out at the
too
time.
Japanese. Was hoping you could clear this matter up for me, cause I don't want to buy the import if the US version has the second disc. Armand Sobejo Cyclopsii at hotmail.com. The internet. The world's biggest source of misinformation, ahem, outside of our own videogames.com, of course. Rival Schools will ship with a second disc.
They got
and as
dibs on the
shown for
URL
letters,
videogames.com?
the character
Shit.
and school life modes are out. All the
Good on
other
them.
extras, co-op mode, mini games, etc. are in.
Oh yeah, Brave
By the
Fencer
way,
Musashi a little bit.
caught your little joke. You better watch your back. The silly thing is,
Hey, Mike Wolf.
the Evolution disc, the second disc, has the full 1 and 2-player game on it. You don't really need the arcade disc, the primary CD, for too much. The only important feature it has that the second disc doesn't have is a freestyle training mode.
Threads of Fate. I don't know when
It
Threads of
seems to me
Fate came
like
out.
the
That might have been
entire Rival
98. It
Schools package should have been
didn't
compacted
come out
on
like
one
too
disc.
long after like FF7, did it? So yeah, like I think this guy would just want an action RPG. Yep, Arteleco.
PR, Weg Letters, who's the most hardcore gamer of them all. Why, it's our very own Sushi X, Electronic Gaming Monthly's top video game expert. If you have a game-specific question for our mysterious ninja freak, or friend, write him. He'll pick out a few and answer them as only he knows how. Send your questions to SushiX 1920 Highland Avenue.
You beat Streets of Rage.
222 Lombard,
You beat Streets of Rage
Illinois
1 again?
60148.
GG.
Email,
Now play Streets of Rage 2, it's better.
ZD.com. My friend told me about a secret passage in GoldenEye 007 in the bathroom of the facility level. I
Actually
tried
play
to
Streets
find
of Rage
it,
4,
but
it's the
can't.
best.
Can you tell me if there is a secret passage, and how to get it to open? A Jared McConnell, Shreveport, Louisiana. Let's see, the only thing can think of is the little glitch that lets you climb back into the ducts above the toilet stalls. To do so, stand on the toilet below the open vent with a non-zooming weapon. Then press R1 and right camera, right strafe, at the same time, while turning left with the analog stick.
Really? Is that
You'll spin
GoldenEye?
around for a bit, then you'll suddenly pop your head up into the vent.
Wow.
At that moment, immediately walk backward and
This
let go of the
changes
buttons.
everything.
It may take a couple of tries, but that should place you back in the ducts. It's a pointless trick for the single-player one mission, but you can use it to hide in deathmatches. If you camp out in the ducts with any sort of weapon, all players respawning
Oh,
in there,
dude, that would
who
be
will
fucking
armed with
evil
nothing
if
but
you
their
could do
stuff,
that.
will be toast. Plus, you can snipe at folks walking in to do number 2. Y at 4 PG 281 ZA. PPA/Y, a zero hiding above a toilet stall can be advantageous in a firefight. Remember, you read it here first. In GamePro's newest issue, the first comment in their static section said, "Who's playing Sushi X this week?" What does this mean? Raleigh Pemberton Zulu at pop.planet.ian.net / it means Scary Larry, and Herr Hendricks, don't think I'm a real person. Go figure.
Alright, what's this? Sushi X. Sushi X Files.
www and the spirit of Thanksgiving and all of section the turkeys who will unwillingly give up their lives so families around the United States can feast, we bring you a short history of turkeys in video gaming.
Hell yeah.
Why a short history, you ask? Put simply, the turkey doesn't really have a history in video games.
Well, turkey doesn't last
research,
very long,
our
typically.
in-house scientists found
Kinda wanna
no proof whatsoever
Eat the leftover
of
turkey pretty
anywhere in
quickly
video
before it
game
spoils.
history. Sure, there may have been developers either from or based in the country of Turkey, but unfortunately that doesn't quite count.
You didn't even know
Why?
I ever played. I played
Why
Streets of
aren't
Rage
there
4
any
when it first
turkeys in
came
video
out.
games?
I have it on the Switch.
We went on the road with our quest. Well, kind of a road, the information superhighway. We found plenty of delicious recipes and a load of ways to properly care for your bird, but alas, we found nothing about turkeys in video games. Other animals have been represented in games, why no turkeys? There have been a number of chicken in video games.
Oh, I thought they were
Zelda,
saying
Alpha
turkeys
Chicken,
as in, like...
Freeway, maybe and others, which is in the same
I thought they were saying
animal class
turkeys as in, like, bad video
Still,
games.
it doesn't really count. Could it be that?
There weren't many, like, turkey protagonists in video games than just... I don't know, do my idea.
Freeway did star a turkey, but everyone passively accepted the thickly pixelized creature to be a chicken. Could history have been much
I think it is a chicken. Like, why did the chicken cross the road?
Be uncovered. This will go into the same file as the JFK assassination, Area 51, and the alleged killing of Jimmy Hoffa. Stand strong, turkeys. So did Freeway star a chicken or a turkey? Those pixels are kind of big, so who knows?
I think it's a chicken.
Hi.
I think that's, like, that's what it is. Like, the joke is, like, why did the chicken cross the road?
There are plenty of bad games out there. You all know this as well as we do. As bad as some of them are, we
Oh,
can't
now
just ignore
they are
them.
actually doing the thing.
With that said, the Sushi X-Files is proud to present an abridged list of some of the best video game turkeys of all time.
Oh, is Streets of Rage 4 on mobile?
Yes,
You should play
we are
that
talking
one.
about actual
You should
bad
play that
games
one on
here,
stream,
not turkeys.
Game Gear.
So without further ado, here's a
I don't know if
list
it
of
costs
some really
anything.
bad
If it
games.
doesn't,
Ernest
then
Evans,
do it.
Sega Genesis sent Coconut, Atari 2600 sent E.T., Atari 2600 * Deadly Arts, Nintendo 64 * Rise of the Robots, Any System * Shaq Fu, Sega Genesis
Oh, wait, actually, this is a
Crazy
list.
Ivan,
Let's just read the
Sega
list.
Saturn * Global, Sega
Let's
Genesis
just read the list
*
and react
Bugsy
to it.
3D, Sony PlayStation
So these are some other video game turkeys. Okay. We got Ernest Evans. Fuck you. Ernest Evans is not a turkey. Ernest Evans is a pretty interesting game, actually. It's a platformer, but it has a really... Well, basically, like, the control style is basically, the story behind Ernest Evans is basically, it's modeled after action figures. So it has, like, the sort of same articulation as an action figure. It's a little bit odd to get to grips with it at first, but once you do, it's a pretty fun game. Of course, it's a premium game, also not worth it for now. If you're gonna play a beat 'em up, might as well do River City Girls 2. Well, if that's on mobile, there you go. Maybe it's cheap. Coconut? Coconut? Oh, shit! Oh, man, I remember Coconut. That game sucked ass. It did. E.T. Atari, classic. Deadly Arts? Yeah, I don't know if I've ever played Deadly Arts, but yeah, it is. I've seen it before. It is a turd. Rise of the Robots, that is a mega turd. Shaq Fu, of course. Crazy Ivan? I've never heard of Crazy Ivan. What the hell? And the cart, we got cut out the story from the original Mega CD version. Oh, that sucks. Wait. It was fun playing... Oh. By Cerulean. Oh, did I get you? Did I buy you River City Girls 2? Shit, you need to play that. Oh, you're talking about... Oh, never mind. Okay, yeah, you're talking about when you played River City Girls with us. I was a bit disappointed by River City Girls 2. I was kind of expecting they would do something different, but it's just kind of River City Girls again. Anyway, yeah, I've never heard of Crazy Ivan. I might have to check that out. That sounds stupid. Also, Lobo? I know the band Lobo. They did, oh, no, wait, no, never mind. No, there was a band called Lobo. They were like a 70s easy listening group. Bubsy 3D! Hell yes! JJ and Jeff for TurboGrafx 16. Yeah, kinda. Shadow Warriors for 3DO. Never played it. The Adventures of Willy Beeman. Okay. I don't know. That I would not it's a turkey, but it's kind of stupid and enjoyable on that merit. Metal Jack for Super NES? I don't think I've played that one. Or maybe I have. Dennis the Menace? Yeah, that game is a turd. Batman and Robin on Gamecom? Oh, shit. We are well into the world of Gamecom. Even back then, we knew it was a turd. Awesome Possum kicks Dr. Machino's butt! I'm awesome. Kung Fu, yeah, that game was stupid. Bram Stoker's Dracula? I didn't think the game was that bad. PO'd. That game is funny. I don't care. Asteroid 2000 for... I didn't know that came out on PlayStation. I didn't know there was a reboot to... I assume it's a reboot of Asteroids, like the 26... or the Atari game. Plumbers don't wear ties! Shit, even back then people knew about plumbers don't wear ties. Last Battle for Sega Genesis? I think I know what that is. It's like a top-down running gun, maybe? Feel free to send in suggestions. Okay. What other turkey... Well, Action 52 is an easy one that they didn't mention. I would say Platoon for NES is still my pick for one of the worst. Tasmania for Game Gear, that is my pick for worst game ever made. Yeah, I guess someone just hacked into our River City Girls 2 server. You know what other game belongs on that list? Final Fantasy VI. Got him. Oh, true. Mortal Kombat 3 game. No, Tasmania's worse. But Mortal Kombat 3 definitely exists. Mortal Kombat 3 definitely belongs there.
Well, one dedicated reader compiled the images into an animated and rather large graphic. There was another person who did this, but we don't have their URL anymore. Resend it, please. So if you don't have a Game Boy camera and want to see our movie in motion, check out the following URL, www.wvinter.net/cws/decap.html. And if you want to see a different kind of decapitado animation, which is very bloody, check out this simple but very funny URL. www.arisinet.com/tilde-trimayu/index.html. Look for more Game Boy camera movies featuring senseless violence in future editions of Sushi X Files.
CWS.
Remember, don't do this stuff at home.
I'm like thinking, do I want to try typing in that URL? No. This game, Beverly Hills Cop, this should be on the list. This is a fucking turkey if I ever seen one. Sites that we think are pretty cool. I like the modesty. We think they're pretty cool. How many of these sites still exist? www.stupid.com. Who owns that domain now? I have to see. Oh, it just says stupid. Is this what it would have done back in the day? I don't know. Welcome to stupid. Click story below. Yeah, this definitely looks like some shit from the 90s. I don't know. I'm not gonna look through every URL. Yeah, that Beverly Hills Cop chip tune. You don't like it? You don't like this music? Why not? It's great. Anyway, stupid.com. That apparently still exists. There's also weird.com. Test.at. Superbad.com. That's probably just redirects you to, like, something having to do with a movie now. Weirdweb.com. I dread to think what's there. So yeah, these are just... And this is why the .com bubble burst, because, like, the internet was just shit like this. The internet was just shit like this for the longest time. Flash-based websites got pretty creative. Yeah, that's true. There was, what was the one that... There was one back in the day, You Are an Idiot. I've seen that before. And the funny thing is like... So it was like, you are an idiot, ha ha ha. Like, it had like a song. But like, the thing is like, they purposely made the security really, really bad on that website. So as soon as you enter it, your computer is going to be just flooded with the worst kind of viruses imaginable. That's what happens if you go to youareanidiot.com. You remember for your old webcomic? For the character info section, they parroted the Capcom vs. SNK2 character secret screen. Cool. Your sister would make these ready-to-use layouts when she joined daydreamgraphics.com. Okay. Early internet, if you want to go to any of these websites, feel free. That's a lot of websites to type in, though, and this is a pretty big magazine. There's no such thing as an irrationally game. I'm gonna pick a different thing because it's going back through the... Yep, web archives is a blessing. Although I don't think, like, a lot of the Flash formatting and stuff saves on archive.org. Like, you can't, like, watch videos or anything like that on archive.org, I don't think. Well, I mean, you can, but, like, not in, like, the Wayback Machine. What is this? Oh, some football game. Dude, 4 pages in a row with fucking ads. God. We enjoyed everything. You would love. Game Plan 2000. Oh, is this like some Y2K shit? Depends on your browser too. Oh, okay.
EGM talks to SCA's VP of Third Party and Research and Development, Phil Harrison, about the PlayStation's future EGM. The PlayStation is 3 years old in the United States. Where do you see the system in terms of its potential? PH, there are many different ways to design software to run on the PlayStation. Most games to date have placed emphasis on graphical performance, so
mostly
the power
porno
of the
games.
hardware has been tuned to the calculation and rendering of 3D graphics. However, there are ways to use the mathematical performance of the machine in the calculation of non-graphical
Maybe in another 3 years we'll actually get maybe in another 3 years we'll actually get a game that utilizes
thumbsticks. The PlayStation also has
thumbsticks.
a complex sound chip that has not really been pushed to the limit by many products. Overall technical performance is very difficult to calculate, as each game is different. However, it is likely that the most efficient use of the graphics pipeline will soon be achieved. This would be the best combination of polygon count, texture map type and screen resolution, coupled with special effects and memory considerations. Even if there is such a product that hits the practical maximum performance of the system,
Flash is still alive. Well, yeah, I guess you can still download it, but I don't think it's
Nintendo
supported
had
anymore.
Donkey Kong Country midway through the life of the Super NES that amazed gamers with its graphics. Does the PlayStation have the potential for a similar feat for
Bestie
a game
thought
with
I
graphics
wrote
no one thought possible on the
a
PS
super
-FMV? Of
lengthy review for my
The
VN.
creative limits of the PlayStation hardware are bounded
I
only by the
would not do
imagination
that.
and skill of the people making the game, not the relative performance of the chips themselves. Think Metal Gear Solid introduces some exciting
Did it just
new
have like that
elements
level of
into game
pretension
design
that
are
you could
really
only
well
find?
implemented, and what I've seen of Final Fantasy VIII looks wonderful. So long as games like
Okay, so
Spyro,
FF8
Games
didn't
8
come out
99,
yet, but it was
MGS,
on its way
Gran
out.
Turismo, Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver keep pushing the envelope of technology and creativity.
Oh,
We
hell
won't
yeah,
need a
Legacy of
Donkey
Kain.
Kong. We see new and exciting games all the time on PlayStation. EGM, what type of game would you like to see appear on the PlayStation that hasn't been done yet?
Porn.
PH, I'm really interested in seeing a digital pet concept as seen in the Tamagotchi-style LCD systems, but combined with the rich graphics, large environments,
Well, they had the
and
Pocket
realistic
Station in
speech
Japan.
and music the PlayStation is capable of. That would be fun, the idea of a pet that could really live in your equals.
Well, I don't know if there was ever anything like that on the PlayStation, but Hey You Pikachu was kind of like a pet. It wasn't exactly Tamagotchi, but it was definitely kind of like inspired by that. Except it just had like some voice recognition software that didn't work properly. Momo
At
Otaku
BWSSE underscore machine.
Okoko
There was a game on the Commodore
Rancher
64
Monster
years
Rancher.
ago
Oh, I
called
guess there you go.
Computer People Discovery Kit that
I guess that would
scratched the
eventually
surface
happen.
of where you might go with that idea. You could imagine a realistic character, animal or whatever, behaving and responding to stimulus just like a pet, and it could develop a unique personality to the extent that it might even be considered a friend. EGM, what do you think of Sega's Dreamcast? Ask me again when it's on the shelves and you can buy games for it.
Speaking of Dreamcast,
Specifications
Seaman
alone
was
are
kind of
no
like
interest.
that.
It's how creative and
Except
technical
the voice
sides
recognition
join
software
together
actually
that
worked
really
properly,
makes a game, and therefore a system, great.
It was still pretty
EGM,
basic,
since
though.
you oversee a lot of the R&D at SCEA, are there any products /
Yeah, Monster
peripherals
Rancher
/
is probably
enhancements
the
the company was toying
best game
around
of,
with that have
that would
never
come out
made
around
it
this
to
time.
market? Sony prides itself on being a company led by R&D and innovation, so as a result we generate many exciting products and concepts that don't make it out of the engineering phase. Think only Bill Clinton is the subject _ Ion heats up M configuration to $29.
Monster Rancher is better than Tamagotchi. It's even Karumi approved. Okay.
$14.99. Would-be lower Nintendo countered Sony's announcement 95. It also lowered prices on the same day, lowering its standard system-wide station memory card's price to an MSRP $129.95. Nintendo is also $14.99 in a bunch of, including a $10 off coupon good on any of Clear, Gray, Emerald and the 23 first-party N64 titles, Zelda included. All controllers will retail Nintendo's N64 controller or Rumble Pack, the multi-tap lowered valid through March 31st, 1999.
Oh shit, they were like bundling the multi-tap in with the PlayStation at some point. See, like that's how big multiplayer was around this time. Like, and yet again, they still only had 2 controller ports on the PS2. Why? That was... Well, it didn't hurt them anymore. It didn't hurt them. I think the PS2 might still be the best-selling console of all time. Well, it's either that or the Switch, I don't remember. What is this? Alright, what are the system prices?
Boy, SEC filed key price drops on video game systems are usually annual events, occurring at E3 or other trade events. This year hardware manufacturers Nintendo and Sony held out, with a $149 price across the board. Now that price has inched ever closer to the breakthrough $99 saturation price point. Sony gave way first, announcing that
Bushido Blade 2 let you connect to PS1s. There were a couple early PS2 games that did that. In fact, that's kind of what Sony expected you to do. Like, a lot of games made you do it that way. You'd need 2 PS1s and 2 TVs to make it more arcade-like. Like, Ridge Racer, I think, was like that too, wasn't it? Like, Ridge Racer had that 2 PS1 setup.
Compilillion Idles UL, the DualShock system configuration, introduced last June, would be lowered to an MSRP of $129.95.
I can't imagine anybody
Also
did
lowered
that, though.
prices
Like, that's...
sent on peripherals. PlayStation memory cards will now be priced at $14.99 in a bunch of IR new colors, black, clear, gray, emerald and TT blue. Standard digital controllers will retail for $14.99 too.
I mean, say what you want about the modern game industry, at least you don't need to pay extra to save your games now. Actually, don't give them any ideas. They're probably working on that pretty soon.
up to $29.99 and the RFU adapter to $14.99. Nintendo countered Sony's announcement SS on the same day, lowering its standard system price to
That reminds me, you had Area 51
$129.95.
PS2.
Nintendo is also including a $10 off coupon good on any of the 23 first-party
never
N4
figured out
titles.
how
Zelda
to open
included,
doors.
Nintendo's
It was probably just
N64 controller or Rumble Pack.
That sounds like an
March
LDP mistake
31st,
right there.
1999. AE Chrome SNRRR SRR.
That sounds like something LDP would do. Oh my god, I forgot about this song. This song is good.
Underscore 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 underscore
He says it like DJ
underscore
Ronnie.
underscore underscore underscore. Of more rumor and speculation. There are many reasons why a product does not get marketed, some technical, some business, some strategic. One of the most important benefits of the PlayStation format is that every machine is made equal, therefore, every game performs in the same way on every system, unlike the PC business where the hardware specification is a moving target, which generally leaves the consumer frustrated with the software, the hardware, and games in general. We want to make it easy for all consumers to enjoy PlayStation.
Your R365S
Drive
does
manual
up to
insight.
PSP.
The
Cool.
creative.
$20 handheld in 2025 can play PSP. Yeah, that is kind of insane. For only $20. Wow. Nah, real hardware is superior though. Emulation, that's
EGM. Do you think the PDA will PlayStation hardly catch on in the United States as much as it probably will in only by Japan? How many / which games will support the PDA? PH.
answer
It's all
none,
down to
because it did not
software,
ever
and we
come
are
out
very
here. The
excited
Pocket
about the
Station,
plans.
presumably, is what they're talking
We
about.
will be making specific announcements about which titles at a later date, but there are some really cool ideas being worked on, and not just games.
I think there was like some functionality with like FF9, I think, with the Pocket Station, like a Chocobo Tamagotchi like game or something that was exclusive to Japan.
That allows the player to experience the game at different levels, one on the PDA and the other at home on the TV. For example, a real-world RPG that has nice graphics and music from the CD on the PlayStation at home only needs to transport that character and its attributes into the real-world version of the RPG. The players make up the rest of the scenario in their heads, which always have the best graphics.
What if you games still had Pocket Station support still? Functionality still? Cool. Honestly, Pocket Station seemed cool, but I mean, it kind of was ultimately just like Sony trying desperately to do the VMU.
Pocket Station wasn't released in the US.
And allows the player to experience the game at different levels,
And
one
9.
on the PDA and the other at home on the TV.
But
For
FF6
example,
and 9.
real-world PG that has nice graphics and
And
music
Ark
from the
the
CD
Lad
and the
3
PlayStation
had
home
Pocket
only
Station
needs to
support for
transport
US.
that character
Okay.
and its attributes into a
I knew
real-world
FF9
version
had
of
like a
the RPG.
Tamagotchi type thing, but with
Players make up
Chocobo.
the
I don't
rest
know
of
what
the
those other
area
games
in
would have
their
done.
heads, which always have the best graphics.
Yeah, I guess they
GM,
were
do you think
planning
there's
on
potential
releasing
for,
it, or
in
they
the
just
future,
had it in the
games
code
to be
already.
delivered on
thought of removing
DVD or
it.
high-density MIDs of the mini disc instead of CD-ROM?
'Cause all those games would have been
Would
released
there
in
be
Japan.
benefits to our bounded storage medium other than the 0,
Honestly,
EO42
removing that from the
standard
code probably would have
CD-ROMs
broken
now
something
in
else,
most
so I
imagination?
understand probably why they didn't
Game
do that.
machines? PH, yes, I'm sure we'll see new and more powerful storage media used in game systems in the future. Exactly what and when not say. GM, when PlayStation was introduced, graphics in games were all about polygons. What's your take on the advancing trends in complex graphics? Are polygons going to be a thing of the past in the future? H. As computer performance increases, there are many new and exciting
Man,
graphics
even by
technologies
98,
that
there
can
was
be
kind of
used.
like a polygon
Our
fatigue.
goal is to make a concept
Kind of like a
of
3D
computer
fatigue.
graphics
Like,
disappear,
yeah, we have all
to
these
the
3D
extent
games,
that
but
the
they kind of
player
play
has
like
no
shit.
notion that what they are interacting with was generated via a computer. That's the next immersive boundary that we will cross the future. EOM.
This was the generation of the 3D games. The next generation was the generation of playable 3D games. Next wave. Alright, what's the future of video games? That's why Symphony of the Night wasn't well received until after the PS1. Yeah, that's true.
Catching the Next Wave by Chris Johnston. Don't
Like, I
stop
think even
playing your current
EDM
game
was kind of just
machines
like, this is
yet.
lame and not 3D.
Even though
I don't
Sony,
care.
Nintendo, and Sega have new machines on the horizon, there's still life left in the 32-bit and 64, counting Nintendo, market. While those of us working at
This is
gaming
lame
mags
and not
and in the
3D,
industry
5 out of
speculate,
10.
try to anticipate what we'll be playing next and drop our jaws at the first signs of new systems, it's still you the consumer who has to decide to buy them or hold on to your old machines. Which of these new systems will survive, and which will be confined to the back walls of video game shops across the country?
One shall stand, one
At
shall
least
fall.
as far as the DC, PlayStation Next, and Nintendo 2000 go, it's way too early to even begin speculation about who's going to end up on top. Whether you call it PlayStation 2 or PlayStation Next,
The
it's inevitable
PS2
that
ended up on
Sony will
top, and
launch a
that's
successor
purely because
to the
one, it could
PlayStation.
play DVDs, and
Sony
two,
is
they
the
had
newcomer,
legal
but its
they had
background in
marketing
consumer
copy that literally
electronics
said you
will
could
help
hack
when
into
it
the
comes to
Matrix
going
with it.
after new machines from Sega and Nintendo. Sony's main problem with its next system is that already a boatload of developers have their hands on Dreamcast development hardware, it's easy to program for, and it's got multiplayer internet capabilities out of the box.
The internet!
Sony's next machine
The
J can't be
internet
sold
is
on
for
name alone.
porn!
While Sony has gained an impressive library of first-party titles on the PS, its outside support
You
that
wrote a
makes or
letter
breaks
to
the
yourself
system, namely that of Capcom, Konami,
and
Square.
described
Sega's
the time,
in the enviable
98-99,
position of having
a world
ING
gone
revealed its
3D,
hand and
yeah.
started the chain of events which will lead to the next generation of consoles. This gives
You weren't
Sony
really
the
a fan
time
of the
to look
3D
at what
focus
Sega's
back
got
then?
and
Yeah.
make PS Next that much better and more developer-friendly. Throw
Oh,
DVD
man,
and
that-
mini
that
disc
didn't
into
save the
mix,
industry,
and you've got
that letter
customizable games that have
that you
video
sent to
of
yourself?
impeccable
God
quality
damn it.
and a machine that can also play movies. I'm sure that Sony is simply waiting in the wings with several different specs for the machine, which include DVD and MD, seeing how Sega will price the Dreamcast. If the DC happens to land at $199, it's a good bet PS Next won't have DVD built in. If
PS
Nintendo
Next.
plays its cards right, the N64 can survive
That's what we
on
should have called
first-party
it.
titles alone.
PlayStation
While
has
a lot
like
of
really
third-party
boring
games are getting
names.
better, it's
The
been
only
painfully
exception was the
obvious
PS
that
Vita.
Nintendo and Rare are in a league of their
Look how
own.
that's sold.
With the 4MB RAM upgrade, the N64 has all it really needs for the next year or two. After that, Nintendo
No, not
has
this
to start
ladder.
thinking
No, I
about
don't
a new
think so.
system. Dreamcast and PlayStation Next will be huge leaps above the N64, which has been restrained solely by the cartridge medium.
Wait,
Stay
did you actually
tuned,
write a
gaming
letter
fans.
into EGM? Is what you're
1999
saying?
is going to be an interesting year.
True, Japan did have a PSX, but it was a totally different console. Be the fastest, Speed Freak! Oh yeah! Be the fastest Speed Freak in the air. I want to be a Speed Freak.
Refair NSCLRRIRRETAMAHA Super Black Bass Hoppy Sports Body Harvest.
Oh, it was
Midway
for some
Action Buck
class
Bumble,
and
Ubisoft Action Extreme G2, Acclaim Racing F-Zero-X, Nintendo Racing Fighting Force 64, IDOS Action Glover, Hasbro Interactive Action Knife Edge, Kemco Action NFL
Wait, what's
Quarterback Club 99, Acclaim Sports NHL 99.
Oh, these are
EA
games that
Sports
released in
S.Cuz.
October.
Ubisoft Racing Space Station Silicon Valley, Take-Two Action Turok 2, Acclaim Action.
And these are games that... Okay, these are the games that released the month that I was... Actually, yeah, I'll just have this read it. Let's just see what games came out when I did.
All Hands, Take-Two Miscellaneous, Disney/Pixar A Bug's Life.
Wait.
Cool Hands, Take-Two Miscellaneous, Disney
Cool Hands? Never heard of that.
Bug's Life, THQ Action
That
Looney
game's a
Tunes
turd.
Bugs Bunny, Infogrames Action Looney Tunes Sylvester and Tweety, Infogrames Action Montezuma's Revenge, Take-Two Action NBA Jam 98, Acclaim Sports
Oh, they did a
Power Quest,
remake of Montezuma's
Sunsoft
Revenge?
Action
I need to
Quest
play
for
that.
Camelot, Nintendo Adventure Reservoir Rat, Take-Two Action Roadster
I've heard
98,
Reservoir Rat
Titus,
kind of sucked.
Racing Rugrats, THQ Action Shanghai Pocket, Sunsoft Miscellaneous, South Park, Acclaim Action Titus
All these
Jr.,
games suck.
Titus Action Yoda Stories, THQ
All of these
Adventure
games.
Fox Sports
Every
College
single
Hoops,
one.
99, Fox Interactive Sports Golden Nugget, Virgin Miscellaneous, Magical Tetris Challenge, Capcom Puzzle Micro Machines.
They had a remake of Montezuma's Revenge on Vita as well?
Entertainment
Shit,
Sports,
that's pretty cool.
NBA Jam 99, Acclaim Sports, NBA Live 99, EA Sports.
Okay, so most of these games suck. I was born in vain. I didn't know there was a version of Montezuma's Revenge on... I don't know what that was for. It doesn't actually say what the console is, I don't think.
Say what? About 18 months ago,
Go
everybody
play
in the
Magical
government
Tetris
was
Challenge.
running
I think I
around
have
shouting,
before.
"The full Monty! The full Monty!" What a wonderful British export, and nobody was shouting Tomb Raider or Lara Croft. It made as much money globally as the full Monty, and it was a British product. British funded and developed. The
Oh.
full Monty wasn't funded by British money.
Oh, it's actually
it was funded by
color-coded.
US money.
Okay.
It was English actors, but it wasn't an English movie if the truth be known. European Leisure Software Publishers Association's ELSPA, Steve Cheese talking to GameSpot on the credit-neglected British gaming industry. One thing that
I
often
cannot
happens
really
in the
see
video
that.
game
It all
business
kinda
is
looks like
that
the same
people
color
are
to
putting
me.
in special effects for things like explosions and collisions and that sort of thing, and quite often the coolest thing
It was a
you can do
Game
in the
Boy
game is
game.
lose.
Oh, so it's probably just a
David
port of
Craig,
Montezuma's
creator
Revenge
of
then.
Pitfall, on today's graphically rich, gameplay-lacking games. Sega aims to sell 10 million units of Dreamcast
I'm gonna
in
find
3
Montezuma's
years,
Revenge,
but
though,
even
see
if
if it
it
is like
does,
a new game.
PlayStation will have sold around 70 million.
Presumably Game Boy.
Dreamcast
Color?
cannot beat PlayStation.
Or just regular Game
Makoto
Boy.
Ueno,
Not sure if the
senior
color was
analyst
out by
at
this
Daiwa
point.
Institute of Research, compares the next generation market to present conditions. Well, I'll tell you where they can take their girl power. To the kitchen to make me a ham sandwich.
Whoa!
Reader on how the Spice Girls are seemingly everywhere, even in video games.
Okay, I found it, but it's called Montezuma's Return. Oh, all the games up to Yoda stories. Oh, it looks like shit, Captain. Oh, it sounds like shit. Well, you can only jump. Fair enough. It's... Judging by the limited color palette, I'm guessing this is one of those games that also worked on the black and white Game Boy. Oh, you get fall damage? Okay. I mean, this is about what I would expect a sequel of Montezuma's Revenge to play like. Dead. Okay. That's about what I expected. I am gonna... We've heard this before. Here we go. Pikachu Roadkill, let's go! Actually, no. Let's, oh, wait. Oh, I think there might be some more games. What other games came out in November? Any good ones?
NHL Breakaway 99, Acclaim Sports Roadster 98, Titus Racing Rush 2, Extreme Racing USA, Midway Racing Star Wars, Rogue Squadron, LucasArts.
Oh, Rogue Squadron.
Action Superman
There you go.
64, Titus Action Tonic Trouble, Ubisoft Action Top Gear Overdrive, Kenco Racing Twisted Edge Snowboarding,
Twisted
Midway
Edge?
Sports Wipeout 64,
Wipeout
Psychosis
64?
Racing Zelda, Ocarina of Time, Nintendo Action / RPG Animaniacs 10-Pin Alley.
Ocarina of Time
ASC
came out in
Games
November
Sports.
1998. There we go.
Apocalypse, Activision
There the
Action
fuck we go.
Asteroids, Activision Action Backstreet Billiards, ASCII Simulation Big Air Snowboarding, Accolade Sports. Big Race USA, Empire Interactive Racing Black Base with Blue Marlin, Hobby Sports Brave Fencer Musashi, Square
here we
EA
go.
RPG Brigandine, Atlas RPG Bushido Blade 2, Square EA Fighting Buster Groove, 989 Studios Miscellaneous, Capcom Gen SF2 Collection, Capcom Fighting Centipede, Hasbro Interactive Action.
Well, we got Ocarina of Time. That's clearly the highlight. Also, Brave Fencer Musashi. That's the actual highlight. Zelda Ocarina of Time sucks. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I just say that? Did I just say that? Did I just hurt your Nintendo fans' feelers? I'm sorry about this.
Low Colony Wars, Vengeance,
I
Psygnosis
birthed
Action,
Ocarina of
Crash
Time into the
Bandicoot,
world.
Warp,
It was disappointing as my
SCEA
life.
Action Darkstalkers 3, Capcom Fighting a Bug's Life, Sony Computer Entertainment Action Dolphin's Dream, Konami Action Game of Life, Hasbro Interactive Miscellaneous, Guilty Gear, Atlas Action Tensai, Sacred Fist, Konami Fighting Knockout Kings, EA Sports. Lemmings, Psygnosis Puzzle Lunar, Silver Star Story
Ah,
Complete,
fuck yeah!
Making Designs RPG Monkey Hero, Take-Two Action
Lunar
/
came out
RPG
November
Monster
98.
Seed,
Hell
Sunsoft
yes, let's
Simulation
go.
National Hockey Night, Radical Entertainment Sports NBA Live 99, EA Sports NBA Shootout, 99 to 989 Studios Sports NCAA Game Breaker 99. 989 Studios Sports 0 DD World, Abe's Exodus, GT Interactive Adventure Professional Sports Car Racing, Virgin Racing Cyberdeck, Psygnosis Action Rally Cross 2 to 989
You know what?
Studios Racing
I don't think I
Rat-a-tat,
could have picked a better
Mindscape
time to
Action.
play it then.
Rugrats, THQ Action Streak, GT Interactive Action Superman,
fuck
Titus
Rugrats.
Action
We-
Taifu, Activision Fighting Test
gotta
Drive,
get down off this
Off-Road
high of
2,
Ocarina
Accolade
of
Racing
Time,
the Golf
Brave Fencer
Pro,
Musashi,
Empire
and
Interactive
Lunar.
Sports. Tiny Tank, Up Your Arsenal, MGM Interactive Action
Oh, Tiny Tank. Okay,
Generator
now we're back
IL,
to good games.
IDOS Adventure Twisted Metal 3 to 989 Studios Action VR
Twisted
Football
Metal, good.
99
Twisted Metal
Interplay
3.
Sports Senators Square EA RPG You Don't Know Jack Berkeley
Great
Systems
game.
Miscellaneous.
I like You Don't Know Jack. Also, I didn't know Tiny Tank had a subtitle, Up Your Arsenal. Did Sony, did anyone sue, who the fuck made, Ratchet and Clank? Anybody sue them when they came up with a game called Up Your Arsenal? Then there's December, January. Fuck those months. Who cares? I wasn't born then. Let's read about Pikachu Roadkill. How edgy. How hashtag edgy. Oh, I'm sorry, no. Back then they would have called it pound edgy. December only had 5 Game Boy games. Sag.
PTATC Cup.
Game Boy fans not eating well that month.
270 is Nintendo is going all out with Pokemon in the States, which began in late August with 10 Volkswagen Beetles modified to look like Pikachus.
What?
The Beatles stopped at local events in 10 cities during the first week of September, which led up to the debut of the animated series September 7th. Check your local
I want the
listings.
Pikachu Volkswagen.
Each of the Poke cars was outfitted with a
I can be a
Super
Volkswagen
NES
asshole
Super
and a
Game Boy
Pokemon
so that
asshole.
people checking out the
The
car at
two least-
various
the
stops
two,
could try the game.
The world's
What we
2
want to
biggest
know is,
brands
what
of
happened to these
douchebag.
cars after Nintendo was done with them? There's additional Pokemon news from Japan this month. Pokemon Gold/Silver, the highly anticipated sequel to the original Game Boy title, will be released next April in Japan. It will be compatible with the Game Boy Color, too. There's no word on whether these titles will be making it to the States, but if the first Pokemon Game Boy editions do well, Gold/Silver will not be left
Dude,
out
imagine
of the
playing
stateside release.
Pokemon in the backseat
Pokemon
of
fans
your
won't have to wait
VW
too long for a
Pikachu
fix,
Beetle.
though. Nintendo has released a new version of the Prior game called Pocket Monster Pikachu, aka Pokemon PT Yellow, for 3,000 yen, about $21.
Yeah, Pokemon Yellow
It
was
has new
literally
options,
just red and
including
blue,
three
wasn't it?
additional
Just with like a
cups
couple
in
extra
Colosseum
Pokemon.
2, Nintendo Cup,
Like, it wasn't
Fantasy
enough that they
Cup,
released
and
the
Yellow
same
Cup.
game twice, but then
There's
they
also an
like
option
double
to
dipped,
print
they
out
like
your
triple
Pokemon's
dipped, and then
picture
released
and
it again.
stats with the Game Boy Pocket Printer. What would that be
Again,
without
say
a
what you want
special
about the
version
modern
of
game
the printer
industry.
to go along with
At
it?
least they aren't releasing the same game
Nintendo
3
has
times.
also released the Pocket Printer Pikachu Yellow, which will
Suddenly
set you back
DLC seems a lot less
5,800
evil.
yen, about US $40. It's compatible with any game that uses the regular printer, including the Game Boy camera, and features a picture of Pikachu and a monster ball on the front. 7. Check out our feature this month for plenty more Pikachu and Pokemon. www.pokemon.com.
Pikachu! That and Pikachu follows you around. Much like in the anime, and Team Rocket were changed to Jesse and James. Cool. But yeah, I want the Pikachu Beetle. Wait, did they say it was a beetle? I don't remember. Wait, they showed like every angle of this car except the front. I want to see Pikachu's dead eyes as the headlights. That's like the one angle I do want to see the car. Not like from the side. You could be the super Pokemon master. Play Pokemon while driving your Volkswagen for maximum fuck you points.
Video games and TV shows share the S about video games. In case you wonder console system, check out these SHC GameSpot TV7 when, Saturdays, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time IL, where, ZDTV, cable channel devoted to computers, the internet, and gaming. Channel
ZTV?
237 on DirecTV.
I've never
Check
even
your
heard of that.
local cable H listings to see if you get it. Or check www.zdtv.com to find out if it's available in your area.
I've never heard of
What?
this.
We
Is that what G4 was going to be called? ZTV? Or no, actually no, I think that is what it was. I think it just turned into G4. Because I think, yeah, like GTV, yeah. At the arcades. We're like a quarter of the way through this magazine and we have not seen any game reviews. It's like they're focusing even less on that now.
Alan Rigger canned. Unarmed 10th Degree cancelled Atari's 3D Fighter, 10th Degree, originally scheduled for release within the next few months, will no longer be popping up in arcades. According to sources at Atari, it's partly due to the seemingly poor earnings of newer arcade fighters. Atari decided it was not worth the risk even though it had gained notoriety at test locations as the everything fighting game. Designed with the help of James Goddard, one of the people who helped make the original SFIL the godlike game it is, 10th Degree was supposed to have 2-in-1s, 3-in-1s, real skill-based combos, and several other cool features most of us feel new
December
fighters
3rd,
have lacked
Nagi's
lately.
birthday, good.
Namco Nix's Cybertainment? No, however they did file for Chapter 11 recently to reorganize their company and get enough leverage to renegotiate several fixed long-term leases that don't seem to make much sense in today's market. As of press time, business is resuming as normal in the
It's my
Namco
B-Day
offices,
LDP. Saturday
although
is.
several Aladdin's Castle locations have closed their doors. RS Savior tokens the arcade
Saturday
shows are
is my
coming.
birthday. I won't be streaming
AMOA
then
is
though.
quickly approaching, as is JAMA, both taking place the third week of September. We now know you'll never see this fighting game in your local arcade. Atari Games recently canceled 10th Degree, which was designed by Street Fighter master James Goddard.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to refill on water. I will be right back. He's returned, just like the thing said! Hi. There's still more to look at with this.
Will Namco down? Bright Future released a few of the games that will be shown at Inali JAMA will hopefully make an appearance at EUAMOA as well. Some of the highly anticipated end games said to be appearing at JAMA are the It's New Gauntlet by Atari, 2 new fighting NGSF games including a new
I assume that was
fighting game
Gauntlet Legends.
by Capcom,
Gauntlet Legends
sequel
was
to Tokyo
probably
Wars,
like
a new
Atari's
same
last.
dragon game by Namco,
Actually, thinking about
as
it,
well
that
as
was more of a
sequels to
midway
Youthing,
game, but
Sega's Shooter's House of the Dead and of Gunblade.
the
Sega
house
will also
of
have
the
Spike
dead.
Out, C3 Arcade Previews Gallery in this issue, and a like new Model 3.1 gun game called Ocean Eye to Hunter, which looks incredible.
Never heard of it.
SNK will have Ambo's several new titles including King of Fighters FS 98,
Fuck
a
yeah.
few new titles for its 64-bit arcade system and its own gun game called
64
Beastbusters,
bits.
The Second Nightmare. Finally, NT. Capcom is working on a new game based on R11 The Final Fight series called Final Fight, Handy Get Revenge. This game will be shown behind fixed closed doors at one or both of the shows.
Was that the Final Fight
It
fighting
looks
game?
like there's going to be quite a bit to look forward to in the next few months.
Was that the Final Fight, like the actual fighting game based on Final Fight? Something like that? Atawi, exactly. Inspector Gadget. There was a Final Fight fighting game, yeah. That was, I think it got like a Saturn port, and beyond that, it was just arcade. Or I could be getting it confused with Double Dragon.
In 1983, creating 3RA equals a genre of side-scrolling action platform titles that has continued to today. And /04I, the
Is it a
man
prequel,
behind the
and is it
original
named for
Pitfall, is
Scuffle?
David
Yeah, it
Crane,
should be.
whose credits include other hits
There was
like
Final Fight
Freeway,
Streetwise that
Activision,
came out on
2600,
PS2. That was
Little
like a
Computer
3D
People,
beat 'em up, and
Activision, a Commodore
pretty
64,
infamously bad.
and The Boy and His Blob, Absolute Entertainment, NES. Meet since the days of Absolute Entertainment, Crane has vanished from the HYWH console video game scene, but now is working on video games on a different, parts 4, 8 and kind of platform equals the internet. Gary Kitchen, another game designer at LUFC who did Keystone Capers, Activision, 2600, and Crane founded Skyworks Y Tetron Technologies in 1995.
Oh, it was arcade and
PS1. The
PS1,
company
okay.
designs websites and creates Shockwave Games /4IIA for Fortune 100 companies. Skyworks Technologies' main site is 3vy.candystand.com, Lifesaver's homepage, but has also designed sites for 5Fi, 3E,
So that's what
Nabisco,
all these old Atari
Chipsahoy.com,
devs did.
and
Just
others.
went onto the internet
Crane
and
now
just made
serves as
websites
the
and shit.
company's ISD/IPR Chief Technology Officer, creating the games that you'll find on sites the HLOVRE company has worked on. FR first Crane told us that
Yeah, there is a
back in the
remake
days
of
the
Boy and His Blob. It was on
2600
WiiWare,
NES,
and
they
yeah,
had
from what I've heard,
RY
it's pretty
Sentai
decent.
deal with the limitations of
Not
these
sure it's
systems,
something I would
that
be really
designing games
interested
for the
in, but I've
web,
heard good
J
things.
equals F17 SEG
But yeah,
and its
again, it's on
limitations
WiiWare. I don't
is
know
a
if they
natural
released it on
progression
anything
and a
else.
challenge. The games on Candy Stand, for instance, and its limitations, are varied and fun, from pool to pinball, bowling, and more. The games aren't the average web fare and have garnered acclaim from web gaming professionals. What happened to the video
I didn't know
game business
Urgeist
is that
came
the
out
systems
on-
got more and
I didn't
more
know Urgeist
capable,
came out in
and
the
so
arcade.
people
I thought
began
it
to
was
say,
just a
well,
PS1
gee,
game.
can put 700 rooms in my adventure game in full color,
Makes
full
sense.
screen
It's
pictures.
it would work well.
Can do all these
Uh,
things,
in
therefore
arcade.
will, Crane told us. Yet you find that 650 megabytes of a game is not necessarily any more fun than 4 kilobytes of a 2600 game. It's techniques and tricks that make the experience richer than it otherwise
Old
would be.
websites were like
Be
about
sure
as
to
big
check
as an
out
Atari
Crane's
game.
internet games on the Candy Stand, and look to videogames.com for our full interview with David Crane. www.skyworks.com.
Dyer interviewed David Crane. He seemed like a cool dude.
TOSNC1 Senior, IRI.
Did it play exactly the same 1v1, 1-to-1 port? I don't know. I'm actually kind of curious about that myself. Late breaking ECTS news. They added stuff to the PS1 version. I believe new mini games, arcade, looked better, of course. Okay.
Crystal Dynamics confirmed that i.e., it has been bought by IDOS, home of video or game babe Lara Croft. Gex 64 will remain with IR Midway, and the Game Boy Color version of Gex will remain with distributor SVG. All others will revert to the IDOS label, including the Unholy INF War and Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver. P broadcasting 24/7 for a 24-hour video game channel? Where? AC, that's right, Game 1, Europe's, and probably Ed the World's, first video game channel went live and via satellite the second day of ECTS. The channel offers 24 hours of 6 different
ECTS,
programs,
okay.
featuring news, reviews, features, and inside perspectives on video
I guess there were a
games.
couple of like
Estimated
gaming
SI
TV
potential
channels,
viewers
gaming
by the end
dedicated
of
TV
98
channels that came out around the
total
same
more
time.
at
Like
L
around
3 million.
this time there was
Producers liken the new
ECTS,
channel WH
Game
as a
1,
pioneer, much like MTV
whatever
was
that
in the early
other one
X80s.
was that they were talking
Game
about
1 hopes
earlier.
to roll out in
G4 is like
United
the one that
States
I know
sometime
of.
in the future. And Nintendo relies on Link IH at ECTS.
Soul Weaver,
Nintendo's
exactly.
main attraction was WT Zelda
Don't you guys just
64.
love Microsoft
At
Anna?
press time, Zelda 64 is in its final days of tweaking, aimed for release in Japan RO on November 14th and the United States on November 23rd. At Zelda is a game so important to Nintendo's ST 1998 performance that the game's creator and sole lead designer Shigeru Miyamoto, contrary to Ha.
So when exactly did Ocarina of Time come out? Are they talking about... Wait, are they... Is that what they're talking about? Did they say that it came out in November 23rd, 98?
ECTROE and earlier plans that had him attending ECTS remained in Japan to finish up the very final stages of development. Infogrames/Activision word on the street at ECTS indicates that
I'm
Infogrames,
curious.
who owns a portion of Game One, and Activision are planning to merge. Apparently Infogrames wants to take on EA for King of the Publishing Hill. Merging with Activision could give them a little bit of an edge. A merger has not been confirmed or announced at press time. Oh, with or without RAM, the biggest question facing the N64 this year isn't whether or not the DD will ever come out, although that is another big question, but whether Nintendo will release the 4MB RAM expansion pack that is used in several upcoming third-party titles.
Well, they did release that,
Nintendo
not the
remained
DD.
quiet on an exact release, but said that it will be hitting shelves in the future. It's likely that the pack will show up packed with a game that uses it, of which there are currently Perfect Dark, which won't hit until late *99, Turok 2,
When was
Extreme
Ocarina of
G2
Time
Sense Rogue
released? What
Squadron.
date?
Turok 2 was only
The Legend
on
of Zelda
display at
Ocarina of Time was
ECTS
released on
using the
November
RAM
21st,
expansion,
1998.
not in the standard
So it's been
low-res
around for
mode
quite
that
a
you
while
get
now.
without it, so while an
November
official announcement
21st,
still
okay.
hasn't happened, it should very soon.
Exactly. It's
PIS 7 AALR or an RNRERONCRNP equals TY.
So I could have bought Ocarina of Time when I was 6 days old. Or I could buy Lunar. I think I know what I would have bought. Towak 2, exactly. Praise the Lord! Praise the Lord! Pass the ammunition. Oh my. Apocalypse! Apocalypse is a good game. The Bruce Willis one. I don't know why the music stopped. I did not ask it to do that. Instead of okay boomer, you are an okay lunar. Yes. Oh, I do want Game Gear to make me that. I need to remember to like ask her for that. I want like the Borgar redeem. I want something like that, but she says lunar. Have I played one? They were talking about one. I guess whoever, the one person who was talking about it didn't much care for it, and I've heard kind of mixed things about one myself, but I think I played it for like a few minutes. I thought it was okay. Wait. Oh, this is... Oh, shit. That's why, because it got out of my playlist. All you remember about 1 is that it was an isometric game with tons of firepower, and your friend and you could not make it past the second stage. Yeah, I heard that game is kind of jank. I think, like, to a point where even at the time, people were kind of complaining about how jank it was. And then years later, you had, like, a whole bunch more people being like, oh, 1, I remember this game, it was so good, and then they played, and it was actually, never mind, this was jank as fuck. You know, like Ocarina of Time. The reboot of The Running Man as well. Yeah, let me know how that is. I'm interested in seeing, the 80s or the Running Man remake.
At the moment, but the gossip and rumor is fairly Nintendo-centric. The Q spies have been hunting around ATT
A remake of
for
Death
some
Stalker?
juicy
I've
stuff
never
to
heard of
bring
that
you.
movie.
And as we approach the silly season near Christmas, there are all kinds of stories floating around. No departure from usual style this month, we bring you the rumor and speculation along with the facts that the Q Network has been able to unearth. The rumor is Star Wars Episode 1, the game will be released on multiple game systems at the same time as the film, Memorial Day 1999.
Did Phantom Menace the movie come out by this point? Were people, had people already experienced mass disappointment yet?
Section, there are in fact 2 Star Wars Episode 1 games in development across multiple formats. With the enormity of the license, it would be safe
Death
to
Stalker
bet
2 is
that
one of
they
your
will
favorite
arrive
movies.
In some combination of N64,
Cool.
PlayStation, and PC. The DC rumor is still unfounded, but don't be too surprised if we see something near you. DC launch.
Well, they did release a
The
Phantom
rumor
Menace game on
Zelda,
PS1. I've
the
heard it's
Ocarina
alright.
of Time won't be released by Christmas. AFE3, it was running on the 4S with 4 megabits RAM expansions. The code is still nowhere near finished, and Miyamoto has yet to finish the Magic System. Rumors even stretch as far as saying that the game won't hit Japan until next year. Well, after the crucial U.S. release. The truth //AE, it was touch and go for a while, but Nintendo is /adamant that the game will /ship in November as planned. It's true that much of the code wasn't ready, and that at E3 it wasn't optimized, but the Q spies are assured that everything is ready to go. And on a gold card if you pre-order the thing. HG Go, the rumor /BS Zelda is Miyamoto's undoing. It's actually a load of a rap. The truth /Nabi C.
They were gonna port BS Zelda to the N64? I don't think they ever planned that.
Nintendo has signed up to distribute Rogue Squadron just
I
in
play the
case
Star Wars
Zelda
Starfighter
isn't released on
games on GameCube. I have not.
Originally, last
They were
month's
fun, I
EGM
believe you.
cover star was to be the first LucasArts N64 game to be published as a third-party title. All of a sudden,
Phantom Menace came out in
Nintendo had a
99,
change of
so the
heart and
game would have
returned
been
to
timely.
renegotiate the deal. Nintendo representatives were previously reported to have stated that Rogue Squadron would be the big hit for the holidays. It was assumed that this should be followed with a silent, after Zelda, of course. Whether Zelda makes it or not, it would seem that Nintendo isn't hedging its bets. The rumor BRS, the 64DD is dead. Nintendo has the accompanying 4 megabits RAM pack available but isn't sure whether to release it soulless or not. The Truth All N64 development systems use the RAM expansion module, and the Q spies have discovered that the things actually cost about $20 a piece at cost. Pretty expensive for a puny 4 megabits, but it is crammed into a tiny space and surrounded in injection molded plastic. Many games
They
are
did
being developed
release
with
that.
RAM
They called it the
expansion.
expansion pack. There's a game called Corvus which is an arcade space shooter like Starfighter. Okay. Yeah, the expansion module. Random access memory. Hey, don't make fun of Microsoft Anna. She's doing her best. Don't make fun of my little girl. She's doing her best. You know, she drew a nice picture. She basically just scribbled on a piece of paper. But you know what? We're gonna tell her it's great, and we're gonna put it right on the refrigerator so the entire world can see.
NSSSSWSSUNS0200000 it functionality in place. Turok 2 and Extreme G2 both run in high-res __ for example, and are just waiting for Nintendo to take the plunge. Presumably the big decision revolves around the fact that the E module was supposed to accompany the 64DD and releasing it separately would be like admitting the DD won't happen, and B, a suitable, preferably first-party, game needs to be found to do a pack-in.
Well, the DD did come out in Japan, just not America.
$60 or so. The obvious choice for Nintendo would be Perfect Dark, which also runs in hires on the module, but that isn't due until late next year, or even later. We'll be lucky
More like
to see
Microsoft
this millennium
Nana.
the way it's
Got 'em.
looking. New York-wide the module will be released, and it'll cost $29.95. The Rumor and Conquer 64, Jet Force Gemini, and Perfect Dark are way behind schedule.
Yeah, I don't think Perfect Dark came out
the
until
truth,
like 2000 or
/
2001.
It would seem so. Concat.is now expected in second QTR 99, so that's March at the earliest. As for the other two, who knows? The Rumor / Dreamcast graphics processing hardware is actually considerably 3 more powerful than Sega had previously anticipated. The truth, previously it was thought that 2 to 3 million polygons per second was a / reasonable guesstimate for the final power of the system. With the release of Sega's Set / 5 development kit, the real thing, at fast, it would seem that the machine, equipped with all of the proper tools and a decent programmer,
The Dreamcast didn't
is
know its
actually
own
capable
power.
of shifting 4 million polygons
At my
per
artist.
second. This / puts the system well in advance of Sega Model 3 arcade hardware as previously anticipated, and means that the first time you see it in action, you _ may actually crap yourself. Wait until you see Sonic moving. The rumored Dreamcast will be under $200 when launched in the United States. Sega of America won't be drawn on the price, but have said that the price of the system won't be an issue for people. Make of that what you will. We reckon it means it's going to be cheapy compared to other systems at launch. The rumor v Sushi X is a fictional character so infamous even our competitors are run items in their news about him. The truth, and he's real. He's sitting next to me as write this, I'm real too. And last month he ordered Tendai and takeaway food for the whole Team D that was so expensive Johnny England nearly fainted when presented with the expense claim. The rumor PlayStation 2, backwardly compatible, branded as PlayStation,
Sushi X is fake.
DVD-based, released Christmas *99 in Japan.
Was the takeout order
The
of
truth, who the
sushi?
hell
It better
knows?
have been.
SCEA is keeping
He better just be the
remarkably
guy
secret.
who like gives everybody
There will be
sushi
19
at
million
EGM
PlayStations
HQ.
out there, just in the United States, by March 99 though, so Sony isn't in any big rush right now. It can be quite casual, so sit back.
Remember,
watch
it's
what
Logan's
Sega does in
D-Day.
Pro, do chase something that compensates for any criticism
There's many more
Dreamcast
with
and
cake
comes under.
and productions. Yes, give me cake.
Oda Q Pum.
Send me some cake. Actually, specifically Karumi sent me cake. Thank you, Renee. It's bigger than the both of us. Than the both of you. Oh no! CBworld.com. Wait till next year. Aw, shit.
Nintendo tells gamers that the Nintendo held a meeting recently with ANA, INS, LYSTS, and stock companies to announce its SE plans for the next year or so. At that meeting, found Nintendo formally announced the delay of the N64DD to June 1999. Nintendo also said that it would not hold its annual Space World exhibit to tie in November, instead holding off until BU before the launch of the DD. And according to reports in the Nikkei Shimbun, the DD will have a communications feature so users can add new data to disks and games via Wi-Fi lines. Users will access Nintendo's host BA computer via modem to download new data to BA the games. Additionally, there is a plan to pill.
I think the DD did have the technology for that, but I don't think it was ever actually utilized.
The DD won't be ready till 99A. Install data writing machines in convenience stores, similar to Nintendo's current Super 43 Famicom Nintendo Power System. Nintendo said that it will exhibit games at the Autumn Tokyo Game Show, October 9th to 11th. Look by to videogames.com for complete coverage, but it's not known exactly what it'll show, and it may only be video clips of upcoming games. Nintendo doesn't have a booth at the show, so The Legend of Zelda, the Ocarina of Time 5-year will be released in Japan on November 14th, with Ost Banjo-Kazooie's Big Adventure, known just as A to Banjo-Kazooie in the States, on December 5th and Pikachu Genki Dachu on December 12th. www.nintendo.co.jp _Vital 9 Capcom joins DC Team. Capcom has announced it will reveal its first Dreamcast game at the time of the system's launch in November. Capcom is the first major software publisher in Japan to officially announce support for 09 the machine, aside from Hudson. Others such as Square, Enix, and Namco
What was the
have
first
3
Capcom
yet to
game?
announce
Probably
any
Marvel vs.
plans to
Capcom.
support the machine. Now that Capcom has announced, it's expected that others will join in the near future. While it has not announced which title will be its first Dreamcast game, it's expected that the continuation of its BIOS Hazard series is the most likely candidate. It's been reported that this new title will be compatible with new Dreamcast
Did they release
functions such
Resident
as the
Evil game
vibration
on
controller
Dreamcast? I don't
something which has
remember.
not yet been officially announced, and new 3D graphics.
I think they might have released
Apparently Capcom has
one
already
later,
started
but I think the first game ended up being Marvel vs. Capcom.
On DC hardware. There are plans to release 5 or 6 more titles after this, and the company is currently working on a set of 24 serial games. With Capcom officially on board, it can't be too long before we see Street Fighter XI, Mega Man and more on the Dreamcast. Just imagining an arcade-perfect version of X-Men vs. Street Fighter is enough to cause pleasure overload. Capcom
Pleasure
also announced
overload.
that another title for the N64 is in development. 12D
Is that what y'all experience when you're watching my stream, pleasure overload?
JPNMM.
If so, I'm not held responsible.
Sonic Rocks Tokyo Sonic Adventures Tokyo premiere was a grand event, 3 stadium-packed showings, a demonstration of
I
the
do
game
not
and
like
more.
that Sonic. I don't like
During
that
the event, the
that
crowd
Sonic's
was
big
treated to
dead
an
eyes.
overview of the Dreamcast system, the
I don't
same
think I would-
overview used
I
when
don't
the
know.
system
Just something
itself
about
was
that Sonic
unveiled
just feels
by
off.
Sega Enterprises president
Actually, I think it might be the
Shoichiro
nose. It might just be the
Irina-Kuri,
shadowing.
before Yuji Naka,
It
creator
just looks
of
more
Sonic,
cursed
took the
than it
stage
should.
to show off his latest work. In addition to Naka and Takashi Iizuka, the game's director,
no,
showing off a
Yuji
couple of
Naka.
the game's levels, there was a video shown of
He's in
Sonic
prison.
Team's travels around the world where they collected information
insider
for the
trading.
environments used in the game. Afterward, Sagata Senshiro led the crowd in a Sonic chant, which will be used in the game, and a performance of the game's main theme, lip-synced though, by Sega's sound team. Sonic Adventure will be a launch title for the US release of the DC, but may not be in Japan. The release date for the title is scheduled as end of the year. However, Sega does expect the game to sell more than 1 million copies. Check out our Sonic Adventure feature in this issue for a look at the game in action. www.5ega.co
30 games! What the hell is this? Oh, I see. Classic 80s action. Hell this. Oh, is this, this is, I see. This is one of those, like, Activision collections. Alright, what is the top 20 as of November 1998? Are we gonna see all of... Yeah, we are. Okay, number 20 in November... Alright, so these are the top 20, Wait. I don't know, what's the 12? 12, 14... Oh, wait. What is this? Last month? 3? Oh, I see. Okay. I see. So this is... So, like, it's what it was before. Okay. So, number 20 game, Vigilante 8. First game in that engine was X-Men Children of the Atom. What, which engine? What are you talking about? Oh, are we talking about, Marvel vs. Capcom? Okay. Anyway, number 20, Vigilante 8. Number 19, MLB 99 for, by Sony Computer Entertainment for the PlayStation. Actually, it says, yeah, it says the console right there. Number 18. Crash Bandicoot. Number 17. Tomb Raider. They didn't bother reviewing those games until 98? Okay. Triple Play 99 is number 16. Number 15, All-Star Baseball 99. Number 4, Mario Kart 64. The last two games are N64. Number 13, Super Mario 64. Number 12, Quest 64. Quest 64 is better than Mario 64. They're just desperate for any kind of RPG on the N64. MLB featuring Ken Griffey Jr. Number 11. Number 10, Tekken 3 on PlayStation. Number 9, Road Rash 3D for the PlayStation? I didn't know there was a 3D Road Rash on PlayStation. Number 8, NFL Extreme for the PlayStation. Number 7, GoldenEye 007 for the N64. I agree, good game. Number 6, Mortal Kombat 4 for the N64. Number 5, Mortal Kombat 4 for the PlayStation. Seems kind of like a cheat. You're gonna just take up both slots with the same game. Okay. Number 4, Mission Impossible for the N64. Isn't that game, like, notoriously dog shit? What the hell is it doing at number 4? Number 3, Gran Turismo. Number 2, WWF Warzone. And number 1, Banjo-Kazooie. Alright. You just finished movie night? Oh, Suspiria. Suspiria is a good movie. I guess Banjo-Kazooie got a 9.9, a 9.5, a 9.5, a 9, and a 9.5. Honestly, I find the game not very good, kind of jank, but if you, a lot of people like Banjo-Kazooie. They would not mind that game being at number 1. As for this, these other games, you got 8.5, 8, 7.5, and 7.5. WWF Warzone. I've never played that one. Gran Turismo, 9.5, 9.5, 9, and 9. All fair scores. Gran Turismo was a pretty impressive racing game for the time. Mission Impossible got a 6, a 6.5, a 5, and a 5.5. What the fuck is that doing at number 4 then? Those are just very mid reviews scores. And then Mortal Kombat 4 for the PlayStation. 6, 6.5, 6, and 6. Again, what does that do? I don't know. Alright. And here's the... Okay, these are the top 10 editors' picks. Alright. So number 10, we have Cage... Wait. Kagura Deception 2. I think I know of the Deception games, like Tecmo Deception? I assume it's... Yeah. Oh, in fact, it does say right there, Tecmo. Okay. That's number 10. Number 9, Space Station Silicon... Space Station Silicon Valley for N64. Never heard of it. NHL 99 for N64 is number 8. Number 7, Rival Schools for PlayStation. That's an L-approved game. Number 6, Colony Wars, Colony Wars Vengeance for PlayStation, number 6. Number 5, WCW WWO Revenge for N64. Number 4, Body Harvest for N64. I want to play Body Harvest. I don't know. Have y'all seen the ad for Body Harvest? It's just like Bill Clinton making a bunch of really stupid sexual innuendos. Number 3, Spyro the Dragon by Sony Computer Entertainment of America for the PlayStation. Number 2, Rogue Trip for PlayStation. Never heard of that. Presumably a roguelike. Or, well, quite literally rogue. And number 1, F-Zero X for the N64. Okay, here are the top arcade picks. Number 10, Marvel vs. Capcom. Number 9, Vapor TRX. Number 8, Racing Jam. Number 7, Harley Davidson 6 LA Riders. Number 6, Street Fighter EX2. Number 5, Time Crisis 2. Number 4, King of Fighters 98. Number 3, Street Fighter Alpha. Number 2, NFL Blitz 99. And number 1 is Soul Calibur. I didn't know Soul Calibur came out in 98. That was an impressive looking game for its time. Honestly, I would say, in general, just one of the most impressive-looking Dreamcast games. Okay. Orca's seen it? Okay, good. You're actually playing Mission Impossible now for N64? How is it? I heard it's kind of... Street Fighter Alpha is Street Fighter Zero in the US. Maybe it didn't get its US title yet? Maybe it was only out in Japan, by the time this came out? I don't know. Hold on. Orc posted a link. Is this the thing I was talking about? The Bill Clinton ad? I just got a new notification. Now managing mods can support my channel in more ways. Introducing managing oh, okay. Oh, I think it was... Yeah. We had that. Some levels are hard, even on easy level. Okay. I heard the game's kind of jank. I think AVGN did a review of that one. Oh, I don't know. Oh, it's the Suspiria soundtrack. Okay, yeah, Suspiria has a great soundtrack, though. Anyway, number 10, this is... Oh, no, wait, no, that's the arcade. Yeah. Number 10, games in Japan. We have... Kagura Jienzu something. I don't know. I never heard. Oh, is that Oh, that might just be Deception 2. Now that I think about it. The notification is the same. Yeah, it just seems like they're just, I don't think, managing mods has been around for a little while now. Number 9, Pocket Monsters for Game Boy. Number 8 is Oh, I see. It's just saying how you're supposed to pronounce it. You're supposed to pronounce it like say. Or sigh. For PlayStation. Never heard of that one. There's a game just called Gambare at number 7. That's great. Biohazard 2 DualShock version. Resident Evil. Pokemon Stadium. Not called Pocket Monster for some reason. Powerful Pro Baseball 98 for Sony PlayStation at number 4. Number 3, Star Ocean, The Second Story. That is definitely an L-approved game. Number 2 is Kawa no Nashi Zon. I'm not even going to try and read that for Sony PlayStation. And number 1 is SD Ganda. Of fucking course it is. 6th Generation. Kagaru is indeed Deception. Okay, I was right. Because I saw that word earlier when they were talking about Deception 2. Dreamcast released list. Alright. I don't remember actually... Well, I think it launched with Sonic Adventure in the US, and then... What did it release? What else did it release with? Couple games.
Wiki Hilljill NTL, there's been a whole lot of talk about what games are released for Dreamcast. With Capcom's recent announced growing support behind the machine, things are bound to expect more games to be announced at the Autumn Tokyo Game Show in preparation for the machine's November 20th launch in Japan. Keep in mind many games in this list will never appear on US shelves even when the Dreamcast is released here.
Oh no.
Sinsakasako MMS ING.
We don't get to play Super Hentai Fighters 12 on Dreamcast? Why even bother having a country at this point?
Pavi WWWE Amawi 11/20th. SRN aren't going to be Sonic Adventure. Sega * announcement that it is officially 7th Cross. NEC Home Electronics bound to heat up very quickly. Pen Triisalon, General Entertainment.
Okay, so what games do we have? We got... Oh, actually, I see. Okay, so, we got end of 98... Okay, I see. So we got Virtua Fighter 3 coming out. I never played Virtua Fighter 3. I imagine by the time the Dreamcast happened, Virtua Fighter 3 was a little bit less jank, as in you can't just spam the one button to turbo win. Sega Dream Rally, Super GT, Scud Race. Daytona, let's go away. The Lost World, Jurassic Park. Okay. By the end of 98, we've got Sengoku, Turb, NEC. I didn't know they were releasing games that late. Godzilla Generations. Oz? Oh, no, D2. Oh, yeah, I know about that one. Monaco Grand Prix. 99 and TBA. We've got Actua Soccer, Actua Golf, Alone in the Dark 4. That was a pretty good game for Dreamcast. Elemental Gimmick Gear. Never heard of that. Incoming. Is that the actual name of the game, or they just say some game is incoming? I don't know. Kiche? I don't know. Looney Tunes Intergalactic... Intergamers? That Looney Tunes game definitely came out. It was pretty good. Honestly, the thing I remember about the Looney Tunes game is that it glitched real hard when I tried to play it the one time. I have a YouTube short of that. Mercedes Pretty. God, I want to play some of the Japanese Dreamcast games. VGM covered all the US Dreamcast games, but there's just some interesting shit in Japan. Metropolis. Monster Breed. Give you exactly one guess as to what that could be. Mortal Kombat 4, NFL Blitz. Outcast. I like Outcast. They do some good... Ooh, appropriately, Prince of Persia. Anyway, to maximize your racing pleasure, Instructor Smith recommend following these simple steps. Rule 1. Take advantage of blinds. Oh, is this still part of an ad? I don't fucking know. Yes, it is. NBA Jam 99. Well, this was kind of like at a point when NBA Jam was kind of not very good. Alright, Turok 2. Is this a review of Turok 2? Let's see. Did EGM start doing, like, full-scale reviews by this point? I don't know. Virtual Fighter 3 is... Virtual Fighter 3 is hard, go try it. I will put it on the Rompery list.
We've been pretty excited about the imminent release of Turok 2 for some time now. Since we featured the game on our cover on the June issue of EGM, the development team at Iguana has made some significant advances in the way it both looks and plays. It's been a while now, so it was a pleasant surprise when we got the chance to grab a joypad and play the game in a near-complete form. As predicted, it looks absolutely gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
The real-time lighting effects are all working beautifully, and the action slips by at a zippy frame rate that rivals many PC games. The new weapons are in, the missions are just about finished, and the OW is nearly complete. As we reported back in June, this is going to be a 32 megabits game for the N64, and as a result we're going to see a lot of very flashy stuff crammed in there. Enemy Al is especially noteworthy. Wander E into a room, spot a bad guy and watch as he dives E behind a pile of boxes to keep out of your line of fire. Run after him and enjoy a Keystone Cops-esque chase round and round as he tries to evade you because he knows you'll outgun him. It's subtle stuff, but it's there. What's even more impressive is when you see some of the other bad guys working in teams in order to flush you out of a hiding place. It can get pretty spooky. Other significant points that we've not seen before are the bosses. They're huge.
This seems like...
The incredible
Oh, it does have a
power and
review.
power of the
Oh my god,
N64,
EGM is actually doing
coupled
like
with
full-page
HD
reviews now,
detection
finally!
Technology employed by
This
the
is
team
what I
means that
wanted!
The bosses are not only very large
So
and
at some
very
point they
agile,
stopped
but
doing
they
like
also
that
have an
weird
eerily
like
realistic J
2 or
quality
3
as their skin
sentence
pulls
thing
across their enormous bodies.
with like a big
One
number
boss
and it's just
in
like, okay, we're
particular,
actually gonna write a
currently known
review
as
now.
simply as Mother, is one of the most revolting creatures
Presumably
ever
because
seen
like
in
there
a
was
video
actually
game.
competition by like
Needless
the
to say,
mid-90s.
Turok 2 project leader Dave Deinspire was thrilled to
they
bits
actually
when
had
a
to give
group
a
of
shit.
journalists made ungenuine, yuck, sounds when Mother slobbered.
I'm sorry, did he say sounds to make mother slobber? I definitely must have misheard that.
Bat. Shoot them in the arm, and they allow spin around. Onto the screen. The 4-way multiplayer stuff is pretty much implemented and the usual Frag Fest is accompanied by a new style game, Frag Tag, which should keep people amused for some considerable time. If you've ever
Oh no,
really
this isn't a
wanted to
review.
pick
The
on
game isn't
someone in a
actually done
multiplayer
yet.
game, this is going to be a popular choice. We have to save the best until last, though. After seeing the latest demo of the game, a 4 megabits expansion module was
Honestly,
slipped
from what I
into the
remember, most of the
N64.
Turok games kind
The
of
game was
looked and
rebooted
played very
and
similar
option
to each
selected,
other.
and Turok
There wasn't
2
really, like,
appeared running
much
in
of an-
640 by 480 at a faster frame rate
There wasn't
than the
like too
standard
much of a
vanilla
difference
version.
between Turok games.
Believe us when we say that this beats anything you've seen on the Nintendo 64. This is the console's answer to PC's 3D acceleration. When Turok 2 ships in October, the code for the high-res mode will be on the cartridge. All we need now is for Nintendo to release the 4 megabits expansion module for a good price, and soon.
Boring games, yeah, I'm not really a fan of Turok. Well, Turok is fine, it's just kind of primitive by today's standards. Not really much of a reason to play it. But, you can if you want. 4 megs! Holy shit, son. There will never be any more... We're never gonna have more megs than that. Alright, here's a review for NFL Quarterback Club 99 for N64. Half-Life is still relevant, true. Well, Turok is still relevant. They're coming out with a new one,
Quarterback
apparently.
Club 99 lure has
There
some
is apparently
pretty
a
big
new
shoes
Turok
to
game in
fill.
production.
ACCA, since the first QB Sports Club was the top CI0 selling N64 Bart sports title of RESVNAZ. Ideal and even surer is the fact that the competition has figured out the whole high Cotoroid res equals high sales thing. But, say high pretty graphics can only go so HL fast hey far without some decent gameplay, to keep it interesting, obviously.
Half-Life controls the same as a
NCS,
modern
Saka
FPS.
2%
Fair enough.
undaunted. Acclaim has addressed EEBN this matter head-on and plans to fairly wow us with a smarter, faster, deeper QB club.
Oh
Look
man,
out, Madden.
Acclaim was
8
behind,
Gray, here she comes.
NFL
WTC
games
as
for a
mentioned,
while.
the OWL was the
This is before
biggest
EA
problem
just
last year.
got the entire
Money say
monopoly.
XXSREIA plays were plentiful as were a lot EY of quirky OWL moves. Defensive FR SHA players would cover their zone but ID ignore the guy with the ball, running by, etc., etc. These were really unacceptable problems which tainted the whole game as well as ruining its chances of being a true football sim like Madden or Game Day. To combat this, the guys at Iguana have substantially beefed up the OWL by several means.
Iguana?
One
Oh shit,
such way,
also
game
the same people who did
strategies written by
Turok.
New York
Yeah, there
Jets
were only like
offensive
5
coordinator
developers for the
Charlie
N64
Weiss.
at this point.
Among other things, Charlie helped to implement authentic
Turns out,
team playing styles.
release a cartridge system in
49ers, West
1996
Coast
that's going to turn off a
offensive, the
lot of
Steelers,
people,
a ground attack,
including
to
Square,
name a few.
as it turned out.
Still F4 another OWL seminar involved intensive A for football strategy training for the equals whole programmers themselves. In other ICM words, they lived, slept and ate football, yummy, in order to program a smarter
Yummy.
game. Other significant changes include a BP brand new game engine made especially for acclaimed sports titles, used in All-Star Baseball 99 already. In case you the NFL didn't know it, QB Club 98 actually used the Turok game engine. Hey, if it works, why not? No doubt about it, Quarterback Club 99 is a whole gorgeous game. We can only hope it's as smart as it is good looking. Trademarked polygonal engine used to power the little guys. They call it high res and it features ORC 640 by 480 resolution. Add to that all 30 stadiums are rendered in 3D, 1500 different players, distinct body types, and 250 new animations including the Mercenaries Hank's chicken dance, and you've got quite a visual
yeah.
smorgasbord. But then again, graphics
64
were
bits
never
of
the
chicken
problem
dance.
in this game. In addition to the normal stock of 31 NFL teams, QB Club 99 has 6 European clubs. Finally, some teams the Bears can beat, whoopee. But why stop with European football when you can create your own players and teams? Select their uniforms, salaries, abilities, coaches, and even the logos. While it may not be as in-depth as WWF Warzone's Ally Create options, it's still fun to create a team called the Big Girly Men or the Dump Trucks. Let your imagination run wild. It's all academic at this point, but if QB Club 99 lay indeed takes all the OWL improvements mentioned and continues to look awesome, we could have a great football game on our hands.
Let's go. Extreme G2. I've not actually played much Extreme G2. I like the first one, though.
Extreme G2. The original Extreme G actually turned NE out to be something of a sleeper classic in the grand scheme of things. Although things will change in the next month or so with the release of both F-Zero X and Wipeout 64, the N64 has seen little in the way of futuristic before
Yeah,
racing
Extreme
games.
G was a good
The
holdover
original
for
XG was the right
N64
game at the
owners
right
until
time,
Wipeout
and
came
it
out.
looked pretty tasty. The
And ultimately,
sequel obviously has a
F-Zero 64
considerable
was kind
amount
of
to
like,
prove.
or F-Zero
There's some
X was
established
kind of like the
competition on the
pinnacle
way,
of that type
and the
of game
bar
on the
has certainly
system.
been raised on N64 games in recent months. The new game needs to have more features, it needs to look better and be even more enjoyable to play. Fortunately, the team at Probe seems to have achieved this in a relatively short space of time. Although only in development for somewhere
What does
in
that
the region of
13
8 months,
mean?
the game has made some significant advances. The first thing you notice is that the bikes have copyright changed. They're no longer just wildly colored polygon slabs tearing around some pretty looking tracks. They now all have a far more realistic physics engine applied to them, which means they react more, realistically. Now,
Maybe I need to
physics
play
isn't
Extreme
the most
G2.
interesting subject in the world, so we won't bore you with too many details. But basically the way this has been achieved is that all of the cars now have a pivot point
There's
about which they
13
twist and
tracks.
tilt.
Okay.
As they hurtle around the tracks, they hug the ground in a far more convincing manner and actually look like bikes with proper shocks and suspension. On top of this, the whole thing is a lot faster. So fast, in fact, that a couple of the more super bikes are actually capable of breaking the sound barrier. Now, and your average Kawasaki 125cc job isn't ever going to do that, so if you ever manage to get the thing to do it, it's extremely satisfying. As you hurtle past 733 miles per hour, or whatever the sound barrier is at sea level, there's a huge crash as the bike 7D lurches
Let's
forward.
play some
All
Extreme
of the sound
G2
effects are
after this.
hushed, the music stops, and the bike streaks through the air with cat-like grace until it inevitably crunches against a wall and spoils the whole effect. As you'd expect, there is a splendid variety of weapons that can be picked up and used to ensure you win your races, and there are also new modes of play that take advantage of this. Normal races will see you trying to wipe out the competition and win. Others see you not bothering with the race, turning about face, and trying to destroy everyone so you win by default. Then there's the weird one, there's a deathmatch style mode.
So it turns it into future Twisted Metal? Cool. Okay. Before we read this, I want to play Extreme G2. Because I've actually not played much of that. I used to have Extreme G on a card. I might still, I don't know, but I've not really played much Extreme G2. They put out a couple other Extreme G games on the PS2, apparently. Yep, Gaming Break. Did you know there would be gaming? No memory card. Ah, here we go. There we go. Ah, this actually looks pretty good for N64. We'll just... Oh, wait, no. Extreme content? Okay. Oh, extreme contest, I see. Atomic, I guess. Easy? Yeah, probably. If it's anything like the last game. Where are the stats? I don't know. We'll just pick this one because it's default, I guess. I can't really see the stats. Oh, there might have been actually a button thinking about it. Do the stats. Oh, it runs like shit on this emulator. We live in the year 2025 and we can't get something to run N64. Okay, well I still suck at this, but... Yeah, admittedly this does look way better. Granted, I think the first Extreme G was like a launch title, but this actually looks pretty good. One of the better looking N64 games, I would say. Oh, that's how you use your weapon. Okay. Also, you don't get cool shit like the, Okay. That's mostly what I wanted to see. How extreme. Yeah. That's mostly what I wanted to see, was just, like, kind of how it looked. Turns out, yeah, one of the more impressive looking N64 games. But is it as impressive as Fox Sports Challenge Football 99? Let's find out.
RRSAEA Axis has had this title under a play section development for AFE for some time now. What KF sent? The choice to go with a college format was probably made to fill that asterisk.
Oh, I see, because it... yeah.
TUA JQPVUI Axis has had this title under my development for on AIMS some time now. What RFL UHN the choice to go with a college format was one probably made to fill that untapped niche, no doubt. Looking remarkably similar to NBA Courtside, Hoops 99 sports the standard fully rendered polygonal players in true 3D = 4 environments. Players move AP fluidly at about 30 frames per second while JL performing a bounty of moves. Some of them include LS exaggerated swats, cheesy, NTH looking reach-ins, and impressive 360 drives to the hoop. Even the maneuvers look similar to those in Courtside, which, by the way, is meant as a compliment. College Hoops 99 has the complete NCAA license, and therefore 112 real college arenas, complete with chanting crowds, music, and squeaking sneakers. Fox has also slipped in something they call broadcast graphics. Basically, it's an attempt to give the game a TV broadcast look and feel. This is done through score highlights, clock updates, and music bits. And of course, the halftime band cranks out fight songs. The bread and butter of college ball is the tournaments and championships.
Basketball has halftime bands?
Hoops 99 offers full season mode, conference, tournaments, and of course the big dance and Final Four. Gameplay is always the big question, % with new sports titles. Although the 7-to-1 developers are still tweaking, it's our woke irony apparent this too has been borrowed from the NBA courtside school. The result? More skill is needed to drive the 3 lanes successfully. For that matter, the New York whole game requires more patience and 14 practice. Long bomb passes will get intercepted about 40% of the. Real life. Taking too much time point line will attract aggressive steal the ball. And lastly, driving much more than holding down th swerving in and out of the defenders no Lee steal the ball.
Looks okay, but certainly no NBA Jam.
Driving the paint
Yeah.
requires much more
Well,
than
like, by this
holding down
point,
the turbo
NBA
button
Jam
and
was no
swerving
NBA
in and out
Jam.
of the defense
It was kind of
for
a
easy jam.
dire point for
Try
kind of
that here
arcadey
and you'll
style
get
sports
blocked out
games.
or rejected. Instead, players must master the controls, drive the lane with skill using dribble switchovers to put defenders on their toes, 360 spins to get out of tight spots, and sidesteps to find the open shot. In short, if you get good at a game like this, it's because you know what you're doing. Basically, that's the hope we have for all sports games, not just basketball. While the N64 may not have many basketball games, both Hoops 99 and
Eventually
NBA
we get a ton
Courtside
of
have
basketball
pushed
games.
the interactivity threshold. We'll have to wait and see what NBA Jam and
N64
NBA
turned
Bank
out to be
have
the jock
offer later
console.
this year when they're released.
Just like a whole bunch of like football, baseball, basketball, a shit ton of racing. Tonic Trouble. I never played this. Oh no, I think I did play it and I didn't really care for it.
Tonic Trout. If you liked Rayman, you might want TCJ out Tonic
Ah,
Trouble,
see, I don't
the
like
latest
Rayman,
game for
that's why.
creators of the popular side-scroller. F immediately sees similarities between 5 games, most noticeably that the main in Tonic Trouble, Ed, doesn't have any appendages, he simply has floating W and feet, not entirely unlike Rayman. The difference between the two titles, however, Rayman was a 2D side-scrolling platform. GZ Tonic Trouble is a 3D action-adventure game. The main character of the game is a mart named Ed, who accidentally unleashes a scent strange liquid that transforms Earth into a scent psychedelic land of dangerous vegetables, creatures. He is sent to Earth as punishment to repair the damage. You control and explores 11 different areas. Althog 5 developers told us if you do really V2, ST might find an extra, secret one. Most of the levels are of the jump platform to platform, run along this the bad guy before he knocks you to nature. Some of the stages, how Eve 4S, specialized and feature different Thai OQ gameplay. The first level, for instance, B. SQ incredibly fun snow race in which Y less than P down a mountain while riding on AA, all the while avoiding bottomless P other life-threatening obstacles. For BLL, other really cool levels is the Canyon PR. You have to use EDS gliding ability BW the entire duration of the level, and 3BB to glide over air rises to get a boost, i.e. to keep you from petering out over ML the lava. Besides gliding, Ed can learn several different tricks. Most section notable are his abilities to shoot enemies with a blowpipe, pogo jump, and whack yen enemies with a stick.
It actually does sound kind of interesting.
Tonic Trouble is
you know what? I'm
very
bored of
bright
this,
and
though.
colorful.
Let's actually just skip through some of these. Skip to the ones that, Rush 2! Aw, shit! They finally, made a sequel to the, popular band. Extreme Racing USA. It's a racing game. Twisted Edge. It's for people who have 1080 at home. Oh my god, wait. Are these really all ads? Tenchu. You snooze, you lose. Perfect Dark. The game is barely even out yet, and you're already covering it. You know what, actually? What were they referring to exactly with you snooze, you lose? Getting a gold Zelda card? Oh, maybe. Yes. I think that's what it is. It's like a limited edition thing. So, I think I am going to call it here for tonight. We will pick this up again next week. Honestly, this could be 3 parts for all I know. I might end up skipping some more stuff, though, next week, but I think this will be good for tonight. Well, Ronnie's live. Let's raid him. What's he playing? Oh, I think he's just talking to camera now. Alright. Happy birthday to you, young. I hope you have a trillion more. Oh god, I hope not. That sounds horrible. But, thank you anyway. Alright, so, as I said... Yep, happy birthday again. Thank you all for, the birthday wishes. So... Saturday I will not be streaming. Sunday, I should be streaming, and I should be streaming Castlevania Harmony of Dissonance for Game Boy Advance. And speaking of Game Boy Advance, I'll be playing more games beginning with the letter E on Monday. So, like, what do we got? Like, I don't know, we got a couple of games. A couple of interesting games. Tuesday will be more Lunar. The Silver Star story complete for PS1. Came out which came out in November '98. I did not realize that. That's cool. And speaking of November '98, we will be continuing with EGM issue 112 from November 1998 next Thursday. So, thank you guys so very much for watching. Always super appreciated. Special thank you to my members, Arus218, DJ Ronnie G, and LCX, and thank you to everybody else for watching me tonight. Thank you, Karumi Good Gamer, Arus218, Cerulean, DJ Ronnie G, Game Gear Goddess, Mike Wolf, Orc War Chief Reviews, Real Gabrielle 27, Renee W, Nintendo Vaults, and Wolfpack 1. Thank you guys so very much for watching. Good night. And thank you for going to my TED Talk. Bye, everyone.
It's the outro, and here's the outro free. Freddy Freak of into presentation, sweeping the nation, doing his thing. But wait, if you wanna see more of me, become a member. Watch some movies on LDM Cinema, play some games on Rum Roulette and Request. To be part of the community, join the Discord, talking about games, music, rum requests, and more. Join now. That's all of the plugs that I've made. Thank you all for watching. Now let's raid!